Greetings, traveler. You just crash landed on the Mikey and Me podcast. But fear not, this is no mistake, no fault in the stars, no glitch in the matrix. Nope. I'm afraid it's all been planned, predetermined by powers known not to us. But fear not, for you're among friends. So pull up a chair as we find our way together.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Matthew. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. I'm not gonna lie. I went to bed about as late as I ever have, solo, just hanging out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of course. The night before, it was a great week, and it was a great Saturday night because something very special happened. I think you might have heard about it. Either way, apparently, this friend of mine just had a birthday on Friday. And it's funny because I called him, and I'm such a bad friend that you probably were thinking I was about to say happy birthday, and I just started talking about all this other stuff, and then you casually mentioned it was Mikey's birthday. I'm like, oh yeah, and happy birthday! That's actually what I was really calling to tell you. So either way, last night we went to this amazing local dive in Dallas. That's honestly probably my favorite bar. It's East Dallas has a lot of character called Lakewood Landing.
Yeah, it's a great place.
Yeah, great. And then the wife, I got to see. Yeah, it was a great experience for many reasons. But yeah, so what did you do?
So it was my birthday, and to touch on what you said there about when you called, I actually knew. I was like, before I answered, I'm like, I bet you he's gonna just talk to me about some other shit and not even say anything about my birthday.
Me. That shows how much.
I was like, I already had a film. Like, Matt's not calling me to tell me happy birthday. That's not what's happening.
That already were able to you have an idea. It's like, oh, he's probably.
I am like,
and I don't ever. Again, it was funny because that would be a rare time to call you.
Yeah,
it was a rare time that I called you because the middle of the day. It was very random for me, but I was
dude, and I knew it. I'm like, he's not calling. I was like, he's not calling.
Any
me
normal human would have been.
No, I'm like, he's literally just gonna sit here and I'm sitting there just cheesing. The whole time you're telling me stuff, I'm just smiling and I love it. We talked for 30 minutes. And
I had a lot to unload.
and I really I was going, it was great. Everything you were saying was awesome, and it's awesome ideas. I loved it. And then I at the end I was because I did need to let you know the plan for the next day on Saturday for what time we were going out and where.
Because I knew about that, and I didn't even think about what day your birthday was on.
And so I was like, also too, on another note, I was like, the plan for tomorrow to go out for my birthday, and you were like, that's right, it's your birthday.
You said something that let me know for sure that it was Friday. Yes. I didn't know it was Friday.
Well, I said today's my birthday. Tomorrow we're going out.
Yeah,
and you were like,
the knowledge was today's happy birthday.
Yes,
happy birthday. I'm sorry.
He was like, yeah, man, that's why I called. I just got sidetracked with all this other bullshit.
You knew that I was bullshitting.
Oh yeah. Dude. Come on, man. But no, it was hilarious. And so with all that being said, no, it was awesome. I mean, it was incredible. I'm 33 now. I've experienced many birthdays.
I thought I was old. I'm only 39.
I've experienced many birthdays. I'm 33, dude.
Okay.
So
many
birthdays I've experienced.
We'll see. Yeah, I guess
that's many, dude.
33.
Many birthdays. Many.
I think we know exactly how
birthdays. Many. Boy, I done blew some candles out, my friend. No.
Wait, did your family get you a cake?
No, nobody got me a cake.
Dude, okay.
Dude, half the Xbox party. Hold up. We about to hold court. Fuck you guys. No, I'm kidding. But almost all of them, except there was Jeff called later and AJ texted, but everybody else.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Can we cue some sad music right now for just take a second, nobody say anything?
We could definitely.
No, I'm just kidding though, because all of them are homies, and then they all sent me money. They all sent me money on Venmo to go have a good time with. So I'm totally full of shit. I'm literally the luckiest person alive, in my opinion. I have great friends. I have amazing friends. And I'm just loving life. I have an amazing family. I have a pug. I mean, life is good, man. I can't. Last night was incredible. We just went to, like you said, to the Lakewood Landing, and it was a super low key night. Played pool. We were just stuffing dollars in the old school jukebox, And that was the cool one. For those of y'all
really
listening, I want to paint you guys a picture, right? You walk into the Lakewood Landing, okay, and it's just like a dimly lit place. And it's got, up against the back wall, you've got a couple of booths on the wall. They have like red. All of the stuff has like red, vinyl or whatever from like back in the day on the seats and the booths. And then it's kind of like dimly lit, and it's like hardwood walls.
Yep.
On your right, as soon as you walk in the door, is the bar. Then there's between the bar and the seating area, they got these these two short half walls that you can walk between and on either outer sides of. But then they have these old school poles that were almost like lattice work, interior like decoration. And then to the left is where we were posted up all night on the pool tables, where the jukebox was, and they've kind of got like a little Pac-Man deck game there. Yeah, you can show the
I was
right there.
like, wait a second, we have the technology to do this sort of thing.
Like the fourth picture right there from the top. That's the pool hall.
Yeah, I can just work a way into.
Yeah. So it's such a cool place, man.
That's just the.
Yeah, so that's when you walk into your right. No, it is. That was the landing.
No, yeah, but this is where pretty much we were most of the night.
Yeah.
We no one took that corner from us or tried anything, and yeah, dude, and that wasn't there whenever.
No. Now it's a little Pac-Man deck. It's a Pac-Man deck.
Here, this is exactly
that's
how it is, because they had this thing that
it didn't
eats
work.
Quarters, but they left on. I was like, why don't they unplug this thing?
I know. And the guy told me, he walked up and he was like, he told me, he was like, yeah, man, it's broken. I'm sorry. I was like, no, you're good. I didn't put any money into it. I was pulling a quarter out of it. Somebody got one stuck in there. So I came up 25 cents when I came out of the landing.
Yeah, that's true. I was there with you when you were doing that. You're like, wait, yep, there's a quarter.
I'm like, that's a quarter. So yeah, no, it was a fantastic time, man. And shout out to everybody who came out. I was one of the highlights. I don't want everybody who showed up was, I couldn't tell you how much I appreciated it and how much more fun it made it. But I was super ecstatic and also surprised whenever I turned around to see Mr. Billy and Whitney popping in on us. That was awesome, all around. That was really cool. Seeing those two, that was really neat. So yeah, man, it was a fun little time getting out and just kind of hanging out with the folks.
It was amazing, and man, it's funny, the whole thing about birthday cakes, which I don't think really matter that much, but I think my mom. There's certain, and it should be like, it's like no one got you cake, no one made you a cake. Yeah. It's almost like a crime, like a serious offense to where somebody, to where like Stephanie, don't think I got her cake on her birthday day, but I know my mom was giving her one or something. And I was like, damn, okay, like it's like dropping the ball. Actually, no, I got lucky because my mom made one and brought it over, but if she didn't do that, it would have been like, I don't know. Yeah. Everyone should have a cake even if they get it themselves, which should be the last resort.
I know
but if you have a living relative or friend, you shouldn't have to worry about it. But there should be a cake at some point. So there will be a cake.
Awesome. There will be cake.
There will be a cake.
But no, also too, another cool thing that was also beautiful about last night was getting to reconnect with the old homie that we went and recently went to one of his shows. Alec, Control Alt Alec. He came by, awesome. And that was awesome.
He hung around for a while. That was
he stayed the whole night.
I did.
Yeah, I mean, he stayed the whole night, and it was really cool just getting to catch up with him, man. Like it was so funny how we really didn't skip a beat. Like and it really did just feel like hanging out with, It was just great to rehab, Kindle or whatever.
Like
that
how long had it
friendship.
been since you've just person sat and talked to him that long?
Probably since we were like, I would say, probably like 15, 14.
And that's amazing because it's funny because like obviously
we had all
there
like
with you.
Sat that
like
long,
you and him, like everyone.
Oh, I know.
I pretty much left in like your friends were there, and I looked at one of your, like the one sitting next to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because Chris was there talking, and Steph wanted to hang out. I was ready to go, but Steph, I didn't want to say because he was having a good time.
Yeah.
So I was hanging out as long as I could before I'm like, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten dinner, but I looked at your friend, and I'm like, just playing the waiting game. She's like, yep.
Yeah.
Because she knew that it was your friend knew something special. Like, I'm not going to try and make him leave early because of this. Yeah. Just like Stephanie, I was like, but I'm going to stick here as long as I can because you're actually having a good time.
No, for sure. But no, yeah, she was great. And I looked over a couple of times and I was like, but I saw that her and Steph were having a good time, so that was nice. But yeah,
that was huge though. Them having that time to talk. That's big.
Yeah, it really was. But no, I mean, it was awesome just to get to hang out with Alec again. And he is, and after talking to him on the patio, man, it was just cool because like the three of us align kind of so much with like what we're trying to do with our own things here.
Yeah,
and that's really what's cool. Is how much like our ideas or whatever aligning the way we're doing stuff, because he's the same way where it's like he doesn't really care about necessarily it's like making money off of it or doing it. He's like he just enjoys doing it for the sake of doing it, and because it's like we're talking about once you scratch that like kind of creative itch of whatever it is that you're doing, how it's it almost just becomes like a high or something like that. And so it was cool, and just how much we kind of felt the same, and he's just equally as excited that he's gotten connected with us because and he's really looking forward to coming over here and doing the podcast, which will be dope because he'll be our fourth in.
We had here was the first one was your buddy Skula, right?
Yeah.
And then I've had my each of my.
I want to count them, but also
I don't. Yeah, at the same time,
they didn't. They were
here. They weren't like special.
They were already going to be here anyways. Like Caleb was here.
Yeah, those are just getting to know some
little
people I like better.
Came by though.
Yeah, but even then, like, yeah, that's a different category. Friends and family are a category. Billy, this is like friends and family, but there's like however you want to define it.
Billy, Brandon, Vito, and now Alec. So he'll be our fourth because those four interviews or those three interviews are really good. Billy, Brandon, because Brandon had to Brandon had a damn track to get here, old son. Like he was,
but he finally did. And did Williams listen to that episode?
Williams, dude,
but
man.
He's like, dude, that is some great work because Brandon's fucking hilarious.
Dude, I know, man.
Just letting him tell
we were
story.
Talking about that, man. His story, Brandon's ability to tell a story, because that was what Williams was saying. Is that like. Brandon has this ability to take a story about just going to like the supermarket to do something and where anybody else would tell it and it's like, cool, man, like you just told me about an errand you ran, but Brandon tells the story and it's like,
dude,
this is what your whole life is like.
Dude, this made me realize that's basically that's what's a form of stand-up comedy. Like,
it is.
He could literally, and I'm gonna do the theme, but I'm gonna tell him like, dude, what? You're telling any story is funny, and you don't even have to try and be funny. And like Brandon's people could get into like you could tell any of these stories and it be your routine, and it's just the way you talk and delivery and just. The sincerity behind
because
everything.
He should genuine. It's genuine.
Not making jokes, just telling stories.
Yeah, well, because like you said, the sincerity behind it, it's genuine because it's his flavor.
He's just like
full,
like all the different things.
And it's great. Because it's just who he is. And he's like,
everyone check. I should put a link, but it's one of our episodes, the B. Jones interview. You can see exactly.
You know what we should do? It's like put up a poll or something for the other. Do y'all think B. Jones should do stand up? Check yes or no. If you know B. Jones, should B. Jones?
No, we'll put the top.
We gotta have him back
here's the
anyways.
link to an interview with B. Jones.
He said that's the thing we need to set up.
And I'll make a segment. I'll check out a segment of like where he's telling the story and be like, watch this and tell me if this guy should be a stand-up comedian.
We should have done it tonight, but because he even said last time he was here, we were hanging out, that like he was like, I can just call in remote. Because he's saying
we do need to do that more often.
I don't know why we're not doing that.
Yeah, we need to. We need to push the issue. It's just
pause this. Let's call him. No.
Yeah, dude, we both got so much on our plates and minds.
Having Brandon on here, but having him on here a couple of times, or like if we could get him on 3 times a month or so, that'd be fun.
Even if it's a 15-minute call. I mean, I'm saying that about so people don't feel left out. It's like, we need to, for the friends that can't come here over time, do that. But just letting him be like, hey, just tell us something interesting happened this week, and him have it or whatever, and yeah.
But then we're also but working our way through the friends, we got to get Zwillems too. We're gonna have to have him in here.
And still
Hamilton, Zach.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he'd probably be remote because doctor.
Yeah.
He's in Austin.
Yeah,
but
that'd
yeah,
be awesome.
as far as I know, he'd still be down. You know.
Yeah, no.
And
So
he's a doc. He became a doctor, and I've known him since 6th grade. So
We're
smart dude, but
officially-
he's still like has passions and interests.
Yeah.
And other things.
Oh,
so
absolutely. He's still a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess we'll just leave it at that. Yeah, because I'm sure other doctors are like that, but
Yeah.
Like I believe I don't know. I love this
Be nice
thing.
to
I like
talk
to
to
ask
him,
him
see?
because
Yeah.
in my career, I just like you wanted to be a doctor, and then at a certain point you get to it, and you're committed to it. And I'm not sure it's like exactly Either way, talk about that more because I picked something that I just I didn't grow up wanting to do or think to do. Which a lot of people, but I just kind of fell into. I thought business would be the highest chance of the biggest return on my investment. But ultimately, you can see like my passion and everything is in being creative,
Yeah.
which I know he loves. So it would be something to dive into.
Yeah. No doubt. Well, in the
Yeah. So the couch cam isn't normal right now.
No, it is not. And actually, it's right now. It's
It's
a bit
great.
of a pug cam. It's a bit of a pug
That's
cam.
We couldn't.
She's
You couldn't pay like. I could see photographers for hours working just to like create that shot.
I know. And right now, and I really want to
Tops.
grab. I want to
Actually,
grab
we're
my
gonna have
phone.
to post this in tag tops because they might owe us money.
I want to grab my phone to take a picture, but I'm also like, I can't. I mean, she's perfect. And speaking of also Pug and the birthday, check this shirt. Shout out Rachel.
Yeah, you can.
Shout out Rachel for this badass Pug shirt that says Pug Lily on it. And
Yeah,
it has
no, your
pictures
sister
of
got
my Pug.
amazing.
Yeah, she was more excited. What was funny is that out of all the cool shit she's bought me throughout my life, she was the most excited, I think, to give me this out of everything. Like, she's bought me Xboxes. One time when I was a kid, she bought me like an electric scooter when that was the craze.
Yeah, dude.
Like, and
Your
she
family
was
loves
so
you.
pumped.
I don't know.
Oh,
It's
yeah, I
messed
know.
up. They shouldn't love you that much.
I don't know why they do. I really don't. Really don't know why.
I don't either. But it's cool that
But but so yeah, in the spirit of birthday and things like that, on your birthday you get gifts, and
So that's cool.
Matthew-
Not everybody. Some failed to even tell you happy birthday, which
some
honestly
fail.
I
Some
did.
fail. Some do fail.
I would be in that list because I happened to like as far as just even texting whatever. I failed because I called you about something else, but I get half.
You did.
But so either way, how many people got your family got you gifts, but somebody got you
Yes.
a gift
You-
that
you
looks
got
like you
me.
wanted. Oh, I did.
You got me a gift, and I would like to. This is a great gift. And
Guess
this
how
is-
guess,
this is-
guess
see,
how much
this is
thought went into it, and like
you were probably there getting something else, and you were probably like, oh yeah, Mikey, and probably bought him.
it was stopping on the way to the bar to get gum.
See?
I was thinking,
So it was-
I should get something cheap for Mike. Oh, no, I was at Walmart grabbing something real quick. I'm like, oh, I should just give him a little something, right? And I was looking for like the cheap random section, and I was thinking, what might be actually associated to him, whatever. And I saw they actually sold these packs of these baseball cards. I'm like, $8. Here we go.
So Matthew, and real quick question for you, Matt. Is this
I
the
hate
first
you. Oh,
pack
what?
of cards you've ever bought?
Yeah, actually, yeah. In my life, that's the first time
You've never. This
purchased-
is your first pack of cards you've ever bought.
like pertaining to any sport. I'm not including card games and stuff.
That's interesting.
But I've owned them as a kid.
See,
'cause
you.
I had,
I'm sure. Yeah.
like no,
Most
but
kids
I was
probably
into
had 'em.
indoor soccer. We're talking like first grade. I went to
Uh-huh.
like soccer camps, and the Dallas Sidekicks was a team, and I had a whole like notebook of like the Dallas Sidekicks cards, and I had them in thing. But I never, my parents got them for me.
Yeah.
But I was really into the Sidekicks.
Okay.
But that's it. I didn't like carry over into me wanting to buy and get
anything
cards.
else, yeah.
And I would have done it on my own.
Well, it was a great gift. I was
worked
like a
out.
child whenever you gave it to me. I was very excited, and also so in the spirit, I'm glad I had the presence of mind to not open them that night. And I was like,
Yes,
you know
me
what?
too.
I'm like, let's do it on the podcast, because I remember in the past when I brought up cards and we
I
kind
should
of
have gotten you
struggled.
2-packs.
We kind of struggled to be
Why should
able.
I have gotten you 2? Based on our conversation that we talked, like that you brought up to me.
to hold.
Because don't some people
One to
just
buy,
sell
one to hold.
packs
Yes.
because they don't even know what's in them, but there's a percentage of something being in there.
People will buy
So 10
these.
years from now, an unopened package
Yes.
could be worth $100.
It could be worth 2, 3, 4, 5.
No idea. So that's why I should have gotten you 2. One that you could just hold on to. But,
one to have and
I'm
one
glad
to
you're
hold.
sacrificing.
One to have and one to hold.
I'm glad you're sacrificing.
But yeah, no. So this is so yeah, like you said, I'm glad you brought that up too, because there could be guys that come out, and this is series 2. This is the second series. So if there was a
I don't
guy,
even get like when series 1. What's
series 1 was like pretty much before the season started. Almost, it's like they'll release series 1, I think.
So it's a season,
or like
thing.
right whenever
Every
they were
season,
right
there's
when
going to be series 1 and 2.
So right when the season starts, they'll release series 1, I think. And series 1 will be pictures that are pretty much all taken from last year, I think.
Yeah.
So the pictures from 2024 series 1 were pictures from 23.
Okay.
And stuff like that, I think. I could be wrong, but
okay.
I mean they have to be, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
But it's like either way they'll release this series of cards, and then the second series will be if guys get called up or they get put on teams or whatever, like for rookies. So sometimes there hasn't been rookies in the first set of series, but then they'll be in like the second
so
set.
it's a mid-season update
So,
to reflect
sort of.
the current rosters.
Yeah.
Because
shit like
sports,
that.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Don't they do it twice a season on average?
Like
The
they
series
have,
1
I
is
think they have,
how everything is. It starts maybe midpoint All-Star game, maybe
Yeah.
series 2.
No, I think that's what it is. It's like,
But who knows? Either way, I understand it better.
yeah, no, and I mean it's not see y'all.
Yeah,
Are
and
y'all
you're
coming
welcome
back?
to come back over anytime. You can come back in tonight if you want.
Cool, right on, man.
Oh yeah, I don't
I'm
need
good.
anything. Are you good?
No, I'm good.
No, thank you.
Y'all be safe, man. So
That mother effer is such a good guy.
he's like, what
Gosh,
a good
dude.
guy. God, what a good guy. What
Yeah.
a guy's guy. What a guy's guy.
Like
All right.
we could have said anything and he brought it back. Like we could have given her. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of hungry for something sweet. Oh, that's
So with series 1, I don't really think that there was anybody necessarily in series 1.
damn
or
it. The
in
fact that I
series-
said that, if you heard that, we'll see if he actually.
No, I
brings
think he's
back
a good
something
guy.
sweet.
Oh, you're like, I'm telling you, this guy's such a fucking good guy. He heard me.
Yeah. Either way, keep going. That'll be interesting.
So here we go. So this is Matthew's first experience, and I'm sure he's going to ask questions along the way.
But I'll just, yeah.
But I'm
go
gonna
through
I'm
the
gonna
act
open
and-
these.
and
I'm
let me
gonna
know
open these
whenever-
here.
okay, what the questions do I have?
I'll let you know when to get excited, if and when.
Oh, okay.
So you can see this pack is closed. The best way to open a pack, by the way, guys, this is a big pack. This is the 36 card. They call these hangers because they have this hole in them, and they just hang on like a thing, usually on like a pegboard on a wall. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. And so I'm going to go ahead and bust these bad boys open, and we'll see.
Yeah,
see
because
if
you
we get
talked
anything
about,
cool.
yeah, so again, that's just, there's sites that I think track every card that's, people have reported as being open maybe
Okay,
or something.
Well, there we go. That's a decent card right there on the back. We're going to have to flip it around, but that's a Randy or Rosarena card. And this was, he actually got traded this year to the Seattle Mariners, but that's a badass card actually. I'm a big fan of Randy or Rosarena. So I'm going to flip around here.
And just
These
never
are-
knows.
dude,
I
these
don't
are
care about
pretty
baseball, so
cool.
I have no idea who he's talking about, but I'm just, just so you know.
Okay,
I'm
well,
just
it
like, that's
sucks.
cool.
It looks like this pack was a little beat up because this card is kind of messed up. In the
Wait, hold
corner.
on. Is it a potential factory defect?
No, this is just
It's
like
obviously
a,
shipping and
it's,
handling.
no,
thing?
it,
It's not like one of those errors
it's
to be worth
people-
it because
it
they
was
made
prob-
a weird
It could have
version.
been it could have been.
What's off about it?
Look at the top right corner. See how it's like it's chipped and creased, like this corner.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
like shipping and handling type.
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. Or
Gotcha.
it could have happened whenever you
All
bought
the
it.
data on
It
there
could,
is
like-
correct, and
But
everything
either
on there
way,
is correct. Yeah.
it's the Kyle Higashioka. These are actually pretty cool.
Oh yeah,
cards.
that's my favorite.
Yeah,
sportsman.
Higgy. This guy was a New York Yankee. They call him Higgy.
Yeah,
and
good old
These
Higgy,
are
that's
actually
right.
pretty cool cards. Tristan Gray. All right, here we
Oh,
go.
he's actually in there, dude.
Dude, these are really cool. I haven't seen this series, and these, I'm not even kidding.
So
you.
it's just
I'll show
design
you the,
that you like?
I'll
Okay.
show you the last couple year
They upped
designs.
their game on the presentation.
Dude, this is badass. So this is, I think, because
It's
they're ran by
how-
Fanatics now. is
So I'm
the
interesting
reason.
because
I
it
don't
was
know.
probably like
But
the
here we
same
go, sorry.
quality of dynamic for a long time,
We
right?
got a Tristan.
So is he trying to take a
Jeez.
dump on the field? What's he doing there?
Well, he's getting low on the ball. You got to get in your legs. You got to get your skirt down.
It's like
Get
he's
down
doing
on the
some,
ball, son.
exercise I did when I played
Get
football.
down
when I was
on the
young.
ball, son.
Okay, well, good. That's a good guy. He's,
That's Tristan
he's
Gray. No,
squatting.
so here, see the little shield on the front? I'm trying to show
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fans.
That means he used to be a cop.
That means he's a rookie.
Okay, he used to be a rookie.
No, he is a rookie.
Oh.
So this is a rookie card. That's
Okay,
you
so
want that. So
yes.
when you're going through, you make a pile. You have your rookie card pile. You've got your bullshit pile.
Gotcha.
We're gonna put this guy in the bullshit pile. This next card we got.
He's a known commodity.
It's Lance McCullers. We don't care. He's been
in the league long enough to know.
He's been around. He's not
you
a
know.
rookie.
And
There's
the thing
nothing,
again, just
and there's
people don't see it.
nothing-
Why
Yeah.
might a rookie card be worth holding on to? Just they should if they don't actually get the
So a
logic.
rookie card's worth holding on to because in the event that the guy ends up becoming a legend of the game, his rookie card will be a sought after thing because it's his
think
first,
of a badass of any
debut.
sport who like after 6 or 7 years he just got really badass.
Or
So
look
where
at
I
it
think
like
of baseball. So it'd be like
or-
6 years from now, I'd be like, oh shit, that rookie card is some guy who's a legend now.
Yeah,
Like you
look
just
at
said.
it almost like a director. His first movie he ever directed, and it was only done like it was a very small thing, only released in like 1 or 2 theaters or something, and you had a poster from it.
But he ends
So,
up
and
becoming
it's-
famous and doing
exactly.
great things
Yes.
later. Yeah.
So that would be very sought after and super expensive, right?
So,
Because of
I
the
understand
rarity
rookie,
of it.
yeah. But yeah.
Because there's a finite amount
Yeah,
of
there's a
them.
potential value there.
So we have another rookie card who is a catcher for the Nationals. And
Is that Bryce Harper?
No, Bryce Harper. He plays for the Phillies. That's
Yeah,
actually
that's
funny
correct.
you said that because he was a National. So you have a decent.
I don't care, but I did.
You have a
listen
good
to
baseball
sports
mind.
It's sports radio. So when I absorbed that, I didn't even know. I remember seeing some magazine. He was like, when he was 15, he was one of those like LeBron James style. Like, okay, this guy is gonna be a badass in sports, and they talked about him like most of his life.
Yes.
So he was one of those kind of guys.
Sorry, I'm trying to get this camera more better to where I can just like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull him so that people can see him as we're going. Is that? I think that's Luis Arias. Yes, Luis.
No,
Arias.
that's Paco Spackens.
Paco Spackens, dude.
If we find a Paco
what a
Spackens
year
card,
he
dude,
had.
we'd be billionaires.
Would we?
If we actually came across a Paco Smackins, hell yeah. Your brother knows it. He'd have my back.
That looks like a rookie, I think, right there.
Is there a shield?
See it right up here by my
Okay.
finger. The little RC. And it's got the MLB logo.
Oh, so it's not always going to be in the same place?
No. And another rookie.
That's cool.
So far we've pulled 4 rookie cards. And so
Hell yeah, that's
you
cool.
spent $8 on this pack?
Yeah.
So there's a good chance that it's like, eventually down the road, one of these guys.
Hey,
could
we
be-
got discount prices. I sell you $20 for $5. Or you can get the Intimidator
got
premium
another
prices.
rookie?
We got $20. We got $20 on sale for $30.
Dude,
There's
these are
Intimidator
great
that
cards.
you got
I'm
to-
sorry. These are fantastic cards. Oh, what is this? This looks shiny.
He's
This is
he's
the
space
shiny.
man.
Oh, wait. No, it's not shiny. It's Brenton Doyle, though. Shout out
Doyle,
Rockies, baby.
Go Doyle.
Oh, Doyle rules. No, this
Doyle
is
rules.
Doyle. This is
Oh,
just
Doyle
Brenton
rules.
Doyle. That's a fantastic looking card, though. I like that, dude. No, but look at that. Look how the shininess of the around the. Don't watch how you grab it. Jeez,
okay, that
you just
teach me.
snatched it.
Yeah,
Like
teach
it-
somebody how
you
to
just
do
grabbed
like-
it like you're a
I know
troglodyte.
oils, like you don't want to get finger
Golly.
oils and stuff and all that on there. I should have been more
Well, you
careful.
take it with respect. You just snatched it from my hands.
You were showing a
Man.
gesture of wanting it to be in my possession,
Man,
and I
I was.
expedited the process.
You, man, boy, did you?
I'm sorry.
And
I
at what
misre-
risk,
I'm
though?
sorry.
At what
Sorry,
risk
that's why I
did you-
misread that.
Yeah.
Let's keep going.
Yeah, he's like, well, I didn't see a rookie shield, so fuck Brendan.
Yeah, I knew something. that you
Manny
hadn't thought
Machado.
about. Oh yeah, he's
Manny.
BJJ.
Yeah. That would be Carlos.
Dude, I
Machado.
went to his I went to his
Francisco
dojo.
Lindor.
I almost went to his dojo.
Cheerful in Chicago. Aw. Look at this. This is a card where it looks like
This is for homosexual players on the same team.
No.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool.
That honestly
that'd
kind
be
of that
great.
really kind of would be interesting.
We got a couple.
Hang on, here we
go.
No, it's
I'm sorry.
it's what is that? God, where
can't get that out of
I
my-
literally can't get.
What do
Okay,
you-
there we go. No, it's Seiya Suzuki
You
and
want them to
Pete
read it?
Crow.
Yeah, that camera's autofocus.
That's
Isn't the
Pete
best.
Crow Armstrong. And so what's interesting about this young man, his mom.
He's actually 40.
His mom is the mother in Little Big League. She's the mom in Little Big League.
Oh,
the
that's great. So
red-haired lady
she had a child who actually ended up playing baseball.
that ended up
pro.
being a pro and the kid can ball. The kid can ball.
Logan's greatest boyfriend's on the team. With
another rookie card.
Is he learning how to throw? Why does he look so funny throwing that ball there?
Well, it's
I don't know. Actually, ask your brother. This
Brandon
a weakness.
This
is
guy,
me exposing weakness. I might be the worst male at being able to throw something.
Funny story. This guy's name, Brandon. Look at his last name.
Fat. Where's he from? That's
Brandon
like some
Fat.
like some European northern.
So
European
the best part about this is that somebody, I think it was Ashley or somebody, saw this, Caleb's wife, and she was like, his last name looks like how my mom says fart. Fat.
It looks like a terrible, somebody misspelled something in it. Like
that's his name, though. But then let's see. What else we got? Come on, we got to get an auto or something cool. Is that Josh Young? It is a rookie gold cup. So he was a rookie last year.
Yeah.
And that's why he has that little gold cup this year on this card.
There we go.
So that's a good card. That's a Texas Ranger. We love Texas Rangers. Yes, sir, we do. Another rookie. There we go. Not a rookie. It's an Orioles card. All right, where are you going with the camera? I can't see
it might be. I think it'll help with the autofocus if it's brighter.
There we go.
Just for now.
Christian Vasquez. Alex Call, I think.
Well, I saw a call on the card, so that's his last name.
Another Rockies card. That's kind of cool. Yeah.
Yeah, if you like that team.
I like the Rockies.
They got a cool name. I like Colorado.
Fact. I do like Colorado. West Virginia.
Rodon.
Carlos
Rodon.
I think
Godzilla fought him.
Alek Manoah. What? Why? Is he really still a Blue Jay?
No. They didn't they test him, and he was like a really young kid that they forged his documents.
Yeah,
so he could play ball.
What it was.
Yeah,
I think that's what he'd like the story to be, because he's not doing.
Oh, Fenardner.
Travis Darno.
No, Arnaud. Oh, I thought that was Fenardner.
Darno is Fenardner.
Yeah, we'll come across Fenardner. We already came across Fat.
Brandon Fat. Oh wait, that was a rookie.
Wait, is that Bushness?
I had a rookie I just skimmed past who was a Brave.
Oh, it's Bernays. Bernays sauce is on here.
Bernays. No, that's Corbin Burns.
Oh, Burns. Oh.
Buddy boy.
I wonder if he's related to Corbin Burnson and he just is embarrassed of him as
another
an actor
rookie
and took off the
card.
sound.
Kansas City Royals. Who is that? James MacArthur. Wonder if he's General MacArthur's son.
They just put a dash. I guess they figured, people figure out the act. We don't need to figure it out there.
Matt, you might have gotten a busted pack, man.
You were excited at the beginning. Oh, this guy's severing ties.
What is that?
Look, an advertisement.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Covering the field.
Is it an advertisement or is it like actual?
No,
card?
It's a card. It's a Nico Horner card. He's an outfielder he plays kind of multiple positions.
The field.
I think
so
he's
maybe they're
shortstop,
showing like
second base.
Probably those dots represent areas he's made plays or something.
Yeah, probably made outs.
That's pretty cool.
That's a cool card. And then let's see, what do we got next? Uh-oh. Tell me it's something special. It's probably not. No, it's not. It's just a regular old Stars of the MLB. And we've got Randy Arozarena. So these are probably the two coolest cards that came out of it, aside from
like this, the present design that behind.
Yeah.
So they're known. They did really well. So they gave them like kind of. They still could be cool to have down the road.
No, they are. But my point is that it's like these are gonna be. You're not wrong, but it's like if this.
They're in wide. They made a bunch of them.
If these cards were two rookies, or if it was like Shohei or Mike Trout, something like that. That would
when
be,
they were rookies, though.
No,
or even now,
if it was
could
now,
be cool? Okay.
If it was Shohei now, or because these ones are right now, it says
if it was like a super,
it just says
right
stars
now.
of the MLB, right? So they have a whole series. It's future stars of the MLB, and
Mm-hmm.
those would be rookies. But right now, Trout's not a rookie. Shohei's not a rookie. So if these were Trout and Shohei, these would be nice little cards. But these are still good
They're
cards.
guys that are really good players, but they're not like the household names.
No. Bo Bichette's a good player. His dad played Dante Bichette. He was a Colorado Rocky.
I guess
Randy
it's almost like a
Arozarena,
litmus test.
good
I've
player.
heard of
Good
Ohtani.
player.
I've heard of Trout. I don't care
Yes.
about baseball. So I know, I've never heard of these guys, but you know enough about baseball to really they're solid. They're good players, but they're not transcendent. They're not Michael Jordans. They're not,
Okay, so
not
this
Paco
is what
Smackens.
this is. It says on the covering the field card, Nico Horner, the average big league hitter pulls the ball 37% of the time. Nico, who led the 2023 Cubs in hits and multi-knock games, is much less reliant on getting the bat head out early. He has a career pull rate.
You want to get that bat head out as early as you can.
Yes, you do. If you want to hit that long ball, he has a career pull rate of 31.9%, including a 30.6% mark last season. Horner's three highest exit velocities on the campaign came on batted balls he sent back up the middle. So that's the reason. That these.
So
look
if you're
like
just playing
that.
recreational softball, you wouldn't like that guy hitting right in the middle.
Well, it depends.
That's towards the pitcher,
fine.
right?
Hitting middle is fine.
But that's hitting towards the pitcher, isn't it?
Yes, in hitting middle is fine. But if you're continuing to hit middle and it's like league ball, it's kind of like, what are you doing?
But if you're a professional, that's cool.
It's fine. It's professional baseball. Up the middle is a hit all day.
Yeah,
and that's like
amateurs,
normal.
you shouldn't hit it up the middle because it's dangerous.
Yeah, like that wouldn't be advised. It's not necessarily
because it
smart.
might hit the pitcher, who's the guy who's not
Yeah.
all expecting it to come.
Well,
to him.
especially if it's slow pitch softball. Yeah, no, you don't want to hit because it's kind of low hanging
Everyone
fruit.
else out there is anticipating it. The pitcher, he's not thinking. He's just thinking offense throwing it.
Yeah.
So if it happens to be a weird thing where it just kind of comes towards him,
Mm-hmm.
people get seriously hurt.
Yeah. Whereas like in baseball, it's like if it gets hit up the middle, it's not necessarily that he really intended to. It's just where he caught the ball.
Yeah.
Because they're throwing a hell of a lot faster and all that. So
I mean, I've heard, you used to throw around 95, didn't you?
shit, old boy.
Back when you were
In my
threatening
day.
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Or that's how you're so confident.
You want to go back to that?
No, the way that you could pitch and throw,
No,
you're
you wanna
like
go
that.
back to- you wanna go
I'm
back
just
to
saying that
Spider-Man?
in your mind, that probably supports why you think
Go
you
back.
can kick his ass. You think I'll be able to get one punch on him. If you knew how fast I threw ball, you used to slam dunk balls with both
it's not
hands.
that, dude.
I've seen that.
It's the fact that I'd outwit him, dude. I could work in
you
such
think you
a
got
way.
You know how smart you
Everybody
he's got blind spots?
Yeah, no, but look at the fucking Green Goblin and all these guys are flying in on.
But he
on
beat
fucking
them
float.
all.
I know because they're so look at me, I'm Green Goblin.
They couldn't beat him, but why can you do it?
Because he'll never see me coming.
And like I'm saying, you could get that one hit on him and boom.
Yes, es todo.
It's funny because like I've mentioned before, Spider-Man saw a little clip or he heard about it and saw it, and he wants to get on here. So I don't know if it's gonna be a week or two from now, but Spider-Man's gonna come and address this. You thinking you can beat him?
I'm gonna tell you this. I know you're full of shit. You didn't talk to Spider-Man.
I did.
There's no.
And it's so
I'm
absurd
sure,
to think you could beat him up.
I'm sure you talked to Spider-Man. I'm sure you did. I'm
And then
sure
you,
he's
then
gonna.
you casually talk about beating Venom because he's not smart like you.
I'm just saying, dude. You gotta pray. You have to look at these guys psychologically, and you can. They all have an Achilles
See this
heel.
thing? You're
I'm
making a calling
fan.
card to
I
all
am
these
a student of.
people. Don't think these superheroes are real. They're gonna come.
I am
It
a
might just be the
student of
me show
mythology.
in a little while.
I'm a student of mythology.
Because of
and-
course Spider-Man wouldn't hurt a civilian, but you might just push. You might annoy him enough to it. This is what breaks him. He's like, "F this guy,
Dude.
I'm gonna take this dumbass out. The world's gonna be a better
I
place."
tell you what, I wish he'd try.
I can't wait. What I mean, yeah.
I wish he'd try.
Yeah.
So, well, that was our
That was
baseball
good.
card
That was
segment.
fun.
That was the baseball card segment. Thank you for those cards, Matt.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that
Thank you.
I was stumbled across them as I was leaving Walmart.
That was a good
buying
pack.
something else.
That was nice.
Yeah. So,
Excuse me. Wow.
you get there, buddy, dude.
I'm okay.
Like
I'm
I said,
fine.
I was
I'm up.
luckily-
I'm up.
My amazing wife let me sleep and as long as I needed, which is
Can I have
like,
half that cheese stick?
I made it for you, buddy.
Dude.
I made 2 extra. I didn't want to eat 4, so I'll eat it, but I don't want it because it's more than I need. No, yeah, but I was after the bar thing came back, and yeah, I had things I wanted to accomplish, and I was like, I was like one of those I was like, well, shit, I know the rest of my week, having to work and all this stuff. It's like I don't want to step. It's literally the time that I have to try and do productive for certain things that I'm interested in. That the window of time is like super late on the weekend,
Fading and closing.
and that it's cool. But when you get married and you have a kid, it's like, but free time, it's fine because it's passions of mine, but it's not like free time used to be always playing a video game or something. Now it's like, free time if I want to, but I love what I'm doing with it, but it's just,
Yeah, it's a little bit of
I
a
don't need
different.
that's life. It's just life.
I'm sorry, I was over here smashing this cheese stick. I didn't know you'd be ready for me to talk.
No, I'm sorry.
So-
no,
Let's get in. So we have less. Okay, that's the thing.
We planned
Hold
this
on.
week out well, didn't we?
We have less structure, but also
More
in-
function. That's
it's
not
like
a
we
word?
don't have structure right now, but we've also organized the
like we're on
little we
Screenless.
have. We've organized the little we have better than we've ever organized anything else.
Yeah, you showed up here and we're like, okay, let's kind of, we kind of know things, but let's at least go point to point and have a little idea. Which, we're slowly talking about people learning how to do this better. Hopefully.
So now, for our next subject, I'd like to talk to you guys about a product I've been selling, Avon. I just need all of you to sign up.
Then I'm gonna talk about Amway, but I think Amway is not like Quick Star or something.
I just need you guys to just sign up and just say that I signed you up. I really fucking need this.
You need this right now.
I really need this.
Yeah,
man.
so give
I've
to
got
our
a garage.
Patreon, but on top of that, this guy, but they're great products. They're amazing Amway products.
I got a
Amway,
garage
gosh
full
darn
of
it.
shit
Gosh
that
darn
I
it,
gotta
Amway doesn't
move.
have a solid, beautiful reputation.
We got to move these microwave ovens.
Multi-marketing schemes and stuff.
God, dude.
Even
I
know
remember
what you're
I
doing
got-
to me, and I still love you.
I got invited to my friends, like a buddy of mine said something about his aunt wanted us to come over because she's having this thing
the
for like
multi-marketing things.
she
that
was
people are
like-
getting-
she
dude,
was-
it's like a. It's
so
a
I was
drug.
like a teenager. I was probably 17, 16, 17.
It's a perfect drug for
And-
people who need something to be passionate
and
about.
they were trying to
where they
make it
think they can
sound
make
like
money.
it's easy and anybody can do it. And, if you got a computer, whatever. So she was like, Paul, you and your friends come. Like, it's seriously, it's so easy, this and that. The scheme was, I can't still laugh about it. Because it's like we go over there, we're in her house, and there's all these adults there, and these people, they all have their laptops up, and she's doing this presentation, and I don't have a laptop. I didn't have one. And I just went with nothing because I'm fucking 16, and my friend was like, hey, my aunt's got this marketing thing or something. And I'm like, I just wanted to go do something.
Yeah.
So I just left the house.
Adults.
Yeah.
Really into, yeah.
But my two buddies were super like trying to. They had their school laptops with them, and they were like acting like they were signing up and I'm like, yo, this shit sounds whack as fuck, dude. So this is what it was. You can look up the thing and figure out. But as soon as we left, I was like, that's some fucking bullshit. And
yeah.
they're like,
if you don't know how to, elaborate the scheme. Let me know, because when I talk, I can tell you exactly what it is.
The scheme was this. It was narc that car, and so they wanted you to just log random license plates you saw throughout the day. You could literally just drive through a fucking parking lot. They wanted you to just write down every plate you saw, and it's
not
like
take pictures, just write them down.
It's like write them down and log them. And I think almost like I don't remember if they wanted the description of the car, like white Suburban plate. This suburban plot, and like so the way they were trying to say was that it was going to be used for like helping with like missing persons or Amber Alerts and stuff like that.
This is different than what I'm thinking of.
Oh, but it was still a scheme in the sense that it was like it all had money around it. And
exactly, she was somehow trying to get each of them to pay
because she got
to sign
signed
up to do something.
She got signed up from somebody else
at their house, probably hosting the same thing.
And now if she gets other people signed up under her,
right,
then her thing. And so, but then if
but
you
they
turn
have to
around,
pay to sign up.
Probably
there has to. That's
no.
the scheme, though.
But that's
they
what I'm
pay
saying
to do it,
is
and
that
then they think that that's why multi-marketing.
But listen,
everyone starts making money, but
yes.
in the end, there's no real product.
I know, and I'm just saying to you though that it was like her goal for getting us there was it benefited her for getting us signed up because it was just or getting us to do it because it's like if you get
so she
X
was
amount
being
of
upfront
people
and honest about it.
But she was also like, it wasn't that she was, bro, she didn't even know she was getting fucking scammed was the thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It wasn't that she was being upfront and honest. The way the whole fucking thing worked was like, it was almost like they looked at it like each of these individuals as their own private entity. And it's like, okay, Joe Blow signed up. He's got fucking 14, 15, 17 people that he signed up under him, and they're all logging this many things. Yeah, and exactly. But it was all some bullshit. And either way, I just remember leaving, and I was like, yo, that was some fucking horse shit. Yeah. And that night I went, and they were like, no, but I mean, it seems like I get it, and it makes sense. And I'm like, yeah, but it's bullshit. Like, it's not real. And like, and then I told them too, and I'm like,
they get to be where like, you can't talk to them because they'll bring it up all the time.
And I told them, I was like, think about this, dude. I'm like, do you really want to be like, what are you going to do? You going to drive around fucking parking lots and write people's shit down? I was like, what would you do if you caught somebody taking a picture of your plate or fucking writing your license plate down?
That's the genius, because people that see him doing it will ask, and they'll be like, oh, it's for this job I got.
Yeah.
So the bait and the hook is built into them.
I don't think that.
Dude.
Sure, no. I wouldn't be like, oh, what you doing, pal? Can I make money too? I'd be like, what? No,
they'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? They'd be like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's for this job thing that actually you might be interested in.
I don't think they would be interested. They'd be like, I don't want you taking a picture of my fucking car.
And then they'll drive to a different parking lot and do it somewhere else.
I know, but my point is that I was trying to tell my buddies is that
they're gonna get shot. Nah.
Yeah. No, for real. Yeah. What are you gonna do? What, like, you really want to put yourself in a spot where you're like writing down people's license plates?
It's so dumb.
In Texas. That's what I'm saying. And it was so. And to me, I'm like, I don't know what they're telling you the reason they want plates for, but it's a fucking lie. Yeah. They want plates to be able to find people who probably owe back taxes and shit.
I'm have to do some research on whatever that was.
NARC.
I never heard that.
Look it up. NARC that car. NARC that car. NARC that car. That's our feed on the camera kind of looks slow. I don't know if it was maybe.
Yeah, it should be I know the lighting actually.
But either way, yeah, multi-level marketing. That all started just because I was like making a joke about fucking being a salesman and needing y'all to buy my shit. That's how that all started. But we actually have a segment we're about to go into.
Oh yeah,
and this segment is. Unfortunately, he's not here to be. God, he's gonna be so mad. He's gonna be like, because he makes jokes about it. Oh yeah, you fucking everything's my idea, stealing my ideas, and he is full of ideas. Jeff.
Oh yeah, our good friend Jeff.
Our good idea man. We call him Idea Jeff. But he had the idea. He's like, hey man, what about he had been in some rabbit holes lately, I guess, looking at like in plain sight kind of things, I guess is what they were called.
Okay.
And so he had the idea that maybe we should go through and take a look and see what, I guess we could look for more recent, but he thought it'd be cool for us to go through and look at declassified CIA documents.
Like, I guess because I know that like presidents, I know when Trump last got elected, like he talks about it, and I'm gonna make sure all this stuff is declassified, like even the JFK stuff, and then some things that still end up not doing that, or there's still like so much redacted crap.
Oh yeah.
To where, but that's the whole thing about after so long, things are automatically declassified. I think. So let's see.
So I'm gonna release it. You're gonna know who shot who. So let me tell you, it wasn't Lee Harvey, folks.
So it's just Google declassified documents.
I can't wait for the weather to cool off, though, because we got to go down to Lee Harvey's in downtown.
I mean, I should ask AI, but you know what? I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Declassified CIA documents. So let's go to CIA.gov. Which one? Or do you want to ask what the most interesting ones are? Or do you just want to go on our own?
Let's go on our own real quick. I think I might grab a beer while you figure out which site. Would you like one?
Oh, yeah. Actually, let's just take a quick break.
Okay.
And then we'll be right back.
Let's get everybody a beer.
Yeah. We'll be coming your way.
And we're back.
It was about a 2-hour break.
Bam. Golly, that was a long time. We took naps.
Yeah, it's Diddle's couch spooning. Mikey didn't sleep well, so.
No. Now I'm up. I'm up right now.
The man's up.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Did your dog eat something?
No.
Somebody reach out to you?
No. Hold on. It is 84 degrees in Dallas, Texas tonight.
In Dallas, we don't care about Dallas. Where do we actually care about?
Well, in Santa Clara,
Of course,
it's
there we go.
68 degrees.
6 to 8. That's awesome. How's it gonna be tomorrow?
Tomorrow, we're looking at a high of 91, but a low of 57.
Hey, for a good friend Jeff
So,
lives
if you're
in
in-
Louisiana, but we don't go. We stay away from Louisiana, don't
Nah, we stay away from
we? Yeah,
it.
well,
Okay, but you know what? For tonight, since Jeff's not
for your
here,
birthday,
for my birthday,
You're gonna do something that I don't-
say Louisiana.
I think I almost felt like we promised we'd never do this, but
Yeah.
you're really showing how much you care about this guy.
I
now.
care about Jeff. And so in Louisiana right now, Jeff's sleeping beneath the starry night in Louisiana. It's a cool 78.
We gotta go now, guys.
It's 78 degrees in Louisiana. It's mostly clear. A high of 91, a low of 70. And Jeff is going to wake up to about a 90 degree Monday tomorrow.
He's gonna wake up to a link I sent him of about a minute of our episode.
Jeff, you're going to be waking up to about 90 degrees this morning. So make sure you wear something breathable because it's going to be a little bit of a hot one.
We should really dive into this whole weather thing.
God,
I think
we
it's
We
great.
should. I love it. And,
I think it's important to
you
know where the weather might be like for probably where no one's listening to our show, but maybe it's great that it's very important. But as much as I love talking about the weather,
I just forgot, man. I forgot that.
I'm glad you
remember
remembered because that's huge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's as important as the
intro. That's why
intro.
I was like, oh shit, the weather update.
It might be more important than the intro.
That's
like
what I'm
part
saying. It's because it's a big deal. What are you gonna do? How are you gonna prepare your fucking life if you don't know?
And the funny thing is, if
you
the
need an
person who
umbrella?
hates it were here, you wouldn't have forgotten to do it.
I wouldn't have. I'd have looked at his face because I'd have seen him smoking his cigarette, rolling his eyes.
Oh, dude,
knowing
that's
I'm
something
about
I
do
wanted
the
to
weather.
mention. When I use the site to generate clips from stuff, and Jeff could just literally get on here and just I don't feel like talking, him not talk the whole time. Some of his facial expressions and reactions
yeah.
to shit that people say.
Yeah,
And
he's
the
funny.
shit's smart because there'll be segments where it just shows his face and he'll and sometimes it'll be seriously listening and it's something so stupid or I remember Chris was saying something in one of them and then it cut to his face and he's kind of
Yeah, on the Batman one or something. Yeah, I think it was on Batman.
Okay,
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, because he's
that,
like, yo,
that and
just
the
shitting
fried
on my
bear
movie.
reactions. He's like,
Yeah.
what the did I just watch?
Yeah, dude. So we'll call this segment the Power of Jeff.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, and with the Power of Jeff brought us the reading of Declassified CIA Documents.
I feel like I should have prepared myself to have to read stuff, and this year for reading.
Well, we can just kind of go through. Let's find a cool one and let's read a little bit.
But
and
actually
do
reading
you want me to actually read the whole thing?
not the whole thing,
Let's
but
just
just
get the
whatever is read,
synopsis?
you read it instead of me.
You want me to? God, why? Why is that?
That's what I was. That's what I was talking about. Being prepared to read, even if I might do it quicker. I'm running a little bit in my mind.
You hate it? Is what it's hard
No,
for you?
this is kind of funny. I'm going too far into it. Let's
Okay.
just have fun.
All right.
Next
I'm just
time
saying,
you're
do you want,
reading,
do you
this-
want me
I-
to struggle? Is that it?
Maybe that's it.
Do you want me to
Yeah.
trip up every now and then? I'll be fine, but every now and then I might
I know
stumble up.
it's better.
I'm
Actually,
just
it might
saying,
not
I
be.
don't care.
Let's all take turns.
Okay.
Okay, so let's say so.
I
historical
can
collections.
read.
Oh
Cat,
yeah, we're not questioning
hat,
his ability to read
rat,
at all.
Pat.
No, and even reading out loud, it's reading out loud, and even then, I'm not that good, but it's a whole. You know what I mean? So where should I
Yeah.
start here?
I'm going to scoot in here.
So if I really want to make this bigger,
Let's just
I
get
guess
close. We're
I
gonna
don't-
get real close with each
I
other.
don't want to cover up our
tonight,
faces,
guys.
but so people can zoom in if they want, right?
Zoom on in. God, I should have wore blue light glasses. What the
Hey,
fuck?
So where to start?
What is this? Freedom of Information Electronic Reading Room?
This
That's
is where
fucking
this is where it
cool.
takes us for. Oh yeah.
This is what needs to be in every school. Instead of they had the reading rainbow, this needs to be in every school.
Berlin
Stay
Wall
updated.
collection,
Holy shit.
historical collections. You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do it.
Oh god.
And this, you want to navigate?
No,
through
no,
here,
no, no.
'cause
Go.
we
No,
know-
I want to comment on what you're doing and just have you do it. I just want to
stay
comment on it.
Stay on the site and try and
No,
get
I want to
to
comment on. I just want to be able to sigh because now we're going. It's
Do you
like,
want me
it's
to do it or not?
Yes.
Okay, so you actually want me to?
Yes.
Because I'm cool staying. Okay, cool.
No, I want you to do.
So I'm
Because you
just gonna
said.
go ahead and freaking utilize
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like
technology
wait.
that
I'm just
really
saying-
makes it so easy. Like, okay,
I'm sighing because it's like we're gonna have to always. This thing is just like it's inevitable. It's here. We can't deny it.
and I can misspell it and it didn't matter.
That's cool.
Yeah, I know.
Chat
I'll
GPT
give
is
it 10
idiot
years,
proof?
like the last 10 years.
Okay.
Is the thing.
What's the most fascinating CIA declassified documents released the last 10 years? That's what Matthew put in.
I'm using the GPT-01 model, which is the first one to introduce chain of thought reasoning, where it's actually here in real time showing what it's doing and thinking. And here we go. So,
Let's see.
over the past decade...
I'll get it. Over the past decade, the CIA has declassified a wealth of documents that provide fascinating insights into historical operations, clandestine projects, and intelligence activities. Here are some of the most intriguing declassified documents released in the last 10 years. 1. Project MK Ultra documents released. 2018 is when they were released. The overview in response to to Freedom of Information Act, FOI is the acronym. FOIA requests. The CIA released additional documents related to Project MK Ultra, a covert program that ran from the 1950s to the early 1970s. Details: the documents reveal experiments on mind control behavior modification and the use of drugs like LSD on unwitting subjects. They shed light on the ethical breaches and human rights violations committed during the Cold War era. Yeah, we did a lot of fucked up shit then.
And I'm this is just me quick. I search it and validate, just double checking. It's like, CIA.gov. It took me to that came out, was released April 3rd, 2018. So that's just my double fact check. You know what I mean?
So it was correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so put that first.
Let's see.
That's my
let's
turn.
scroll down to the. I guess maybe find the main. Let's see. Do we have the main?
Main one. So this.
Okay. Okay. This is
Stargate's
this is
a great
more,
one.
I see.
But so yeah.
Hang on.
So that'd be
MK
first
Ultra.
if you want me to do the next. If we
go-
gave him
go
a
to the next
ranking
one.
for whatever
Sure.
reason, so we get it. I
Yeah,
can ask
there
it.
is.
Why did you rank it that way? And then I'll go back to it. Just laying out the options, revisiting the list, organizing the document, weighing the factors, and I organize a list based on a combination of factors such as historical significance, public interest, the impact upon release, and the uniqueness of the information revealed. And now it tells us why it placed them in the same order. I'm just saying, that's crazy,
Yeah,
man.
it is.
Reason for MK Ultra is one of the most controversial programs due to its unethical experiments on human subjects involving mind control and drug use. That release provided new details that reignited public interest in discussions about government accountability, making it. Damn. So I guess I'll. So do you just want to pick ones that we think are more interesting? I know
Let's see,
Stargate's one.
Yeah. What's that one? Do you want to read the Project Stargate? Fine.
Yeah. So I can go back to. I just gotta get quicker. So, Project Stargate overview: documents related to Project Stargate were declassified, revealing the CIA's interest in psychic phenomena and remote viewing, which we've talked about during the 70s and 80s. Details: the file details experiments where individuals attempted to perceive information about distant locations or objects through extrasensory perception, commonly known as ESP. While results were inconclusive, the project highlights the lengths to which intelligence agencies explored unconventional methods. And I don't even need to validate that one. And then we talked about that a lot.
Yeah. And
So this is the perfect one for you to take.
Yeah. Area 51 and aerial phenomena.
Not
2013
UFOs.
release.
What the hell? Never mind. This is
Yeah. And see, again, I think everybody, if you don't know my stance, I'm a purist. I'm not going to go all the way into it, but I believe that it should just be called a UFO. Fuck the
I'm a UAP guy. He's
fuck
like
the aerial phenomena.
It's like your Twilight, rival.
Exactly. So that's my thing. All right, and this is cool, man. So again, this is declassified documents
Within
from the
the
CIA.
last 10 years.
Within the last 10 years, these are declassified. We're not reading, fake news.
Nope.
As far as we know, at least. I mean, shit.
And that's
they're
I could
telling
Google
us.
search, but
So Area 51 and aerial phenomena, 2013 release overview. The CIA officially acknowledged the existence of Area 51 and declassified documents providing historical context about the
so
site.
up until 2013, everything else was just like, okay, it could be bullshit. But this is them literally saying, no, there's something to that.
Yeah. It says, all right, so it says details. The documents discuss the development of the U-2 and A-12 reconnaissance aircraft
I didn't
programs.
even know about that.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Reconnaissance?
No, reconnaissance. Yeah,
Recon-
like recon.
Jesus.
Like
I
force
said
recon.
reconnaissance.
No, you're good. It's
Reconnaissance
like,
aircraft
recon,
programs.
Like spying.
They also explain how test flights contributed to an increase in reported UFO sightings during the 1950s and 1960s. That is interesting.
Yeah, so here, now I'll just jump down to where it tells us why I picked that, which I think for us it's obvious, but let's see why. The reason for placement. The official acknowledgement of Area 51 and explanations for historical UFO sightings addressed long-standing public curiosity and conspiracy theories. Up until then, it was still technically a conspiracy theory. Up until 2013. The documents provided concrete information about secret aviation projects, shedding light on a subject that had been shrouded in mystery for decades. So technically, up until that point, it was still very widely believed, but it was just a conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
This gives it like actual merit, 2013. So all right, let's go to the next one.
Yeah.
So we got.
That was Area 51.
Do you want to do that?
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan of Operation Mockingbird.
Okay.
Operation Mockingbird is very interesting. So this is cool. So this isn't the revised thing. This is the original one.
No, but even so the revised one, it's the same ranking, but it explains why it ranked them that way. So but this is read this one.
Okay, yeah. So Operation Mockingbird overview. Declassified materials offer glimpses into Operation Mockingbird, an alleged program to influence media during the Cold War. Details. While full details remain scarce, the documents suggest efforts to collaborate with journalists and media outlets to disseminate propaganda and gather intelligence. Which,
and I'll jump down to it. I mean, yeah, you
can't really fucking deny that.
Yeah, and like we could.
You can try and deny it, but you're gonna look
We
dumb.
could go into depths. For us, we know why it's ranked here, but so because that shows what they're willing to do, and so you can only imagine now what they're doing. But so the reason in placement, the idea of the CIA influencing media outlets has profound implications for understanding media integrity and government influence. Although details are limited, any information that unveils aspects of this operation is significant for its impact on perceptions of press freedom and propaganda. So that just shows you that they're willing to manipulate media and to create whatever narrative they want.
Yeah.
That's like evidence they've done that, so why wouldn't they still be doing it?
That is true. Yeah, no, exactly. It's like, and that's why I agree with. It's like, why wouldn't they still be doing it?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
They
what
got caught.
changed?
It's declassified. It's
Yeah.
like so that we know they're doing it.
They're doing it. Yeah.
It's
exactly.
literally them.
It's like, hey, it's out here. Yes, we're doing it.
If
you
we
care to
don't
go
know
look
when
at
they're
it,
doing it, we don't know to what extent.
Yeah. Or
which
how
is the
much
scariest
each one
thing.
is turned up, and I know.
Which is
Well, and that's the thing. It's just people just need to learn that it's like in A Bug's Life. Whenever the grasshoppers are
I've
pretty
actually
much
never
telling.
seen A Bug's Life.
I think that's what. Or no, is that the one with the ants and the?
There's a movie Ants, and then there's a Bug's Life.
Ants.
Woody Allen was the Ants one.
Ants.
Bug's Life was the Disney Pixar or whatever one.
Ants is the one where that's the grasshoppers and the ants, and the
Ants was
grasshoppers
PG,
is saying
the other one was G. One was a little more.
so PG.
It was
so
probably Woody
Ants.
Allen. It was a little more adultish.
That one
But
was the
just
one where
as
he
far
was
as
pretty much saying
conceptually.
that he was like, we have to keep these ants in line. He was like,
Yeah,
he
it
said
had to
if
be
these
ants.
ants, well, he was saying, he was like, if these ants realize that they outnumber us like 100 to 1, then we'll lose all our control.
Yeah, it's like
And so,
the wealthy and the poor.
exactly.
Type. Yeah.
And it's like, so it was interesting. That's
yeah.
just kind of a.
Let's see. Shit. We should just do these top 10, man.
Let's just keep
Yeah.
going. I'll
Yeah,
read
so-
this one, or do you want me to, or do you read this?
I can do it. Yeah.
Go ahead.
So number 6, Soviet biological weapon programs. Overview. Documents detailing the CIA's knowledge of Soviet biological weapons programs were declassified. Details. The files reveal intelligence assessments of the USSR's capabilities and intentions regarding biological warfare, including concerns about a potential use during the Cold War. And I'll just read this quick thing, which should be obvious. The reason these documents offer valuable insights into the Cold War era, highlighting the espionage and intelligence efforts to understand and counter potential biological threats from the USSR. The relevance to global security and historical warfare strategies adds to their importance. And for me, I think this is big because it supports. We have to pursue the terrible weapons and all this stuff, not because we want to, but because we know they are.
Yeah.
And we have to try and beat theirs.
Yep.
In a perfect world, we don't want to have to do that. But we know that they're doing it, so we absolutely have to. And it's just humans put in a crappy situation. But that, for me, that's like a huge highlight in my take on it. What about you?
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
So let's see. So next one is Vietnam War intelligence reports.
Yeah, overview. It says declassified reports provide new insights into the CIA's operations during the Vietnam War. Which, yeah, no fucking shit. Details. The documents cover a range of activities from psychological operations, counterinsurgency efforts, and offer a deeper understanding of the agency's role in the conflict.
Okay, let's jump down to why. It put that
Let's
there.
find it. There it was. Oh, I think you passed it.
No, I'm going to the reason.
Oh.
So the reason that it placed it there is the CIA's activities during the Vietnam War are critical for comprehending the complexities of the conflict. The declassified reports provide depth to the historical narrative, revealing strategies and operations that were previously unknown or not well understood. Because I think a lot of people would already be like, what? They talk about the Middle East and, Afghanistan is like, what was the point? I think this is another one, like, why? And I think in reality, there's always some power play or some reason that in the grand scheme of things, we didn't need to be there, shouldn't have been there, and there's obviously some other agenda at play.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely, yeah. And it's like, reading about the Vietnam War, it's like,
and it's technically, I think still like the Korean War. There's a difference between a war and a conflict. And I only know this because I had to do a report on the Korean War in like 8th grade. But it's the Korean conflict technically. So I got to look up because there's some. Like,
I don't doubt it.
No, yeah. So
my grandfather fought in the Korean War.
Let's create a new window.
Hmm?
I'm asking, what's the difference between a war and a conflict?
Oh.
Or was the Vietnam War a conflict? War or a conflict?
Come here, baby pugs. This my new girl.
And we'll get right back to it, but this
Give
kind of
me
we're
the
naturally,
girl.
like I said, we're kind of going screenless.
You want to go see man? You want to see man?
No, so the engagement is commonly referred to as the Vietnam War. However, it's important to note that the United States Congress never officially that's what it is.
Yeah,
we never
declared
officially
war.
declared war. Instead, the U.S. involvement escalated through measures like the Gulf, blah blah blah. War versus conflict. War is a state of armed conflict between different nations or states recognized by a formal declaration. In the United States, only Congress has the power to declare war, as outlined in the Constitution. Conflict. The term conflict can refer to any prolonged armed struggle, whether or not it's officially declared as a war. It often encompasses military engagements, skirmishes, or interventions without formal declarations. So conflict to me is almost like, it's an undeclared war, or a war that they're not willing to declare war. So that's
Yeah.
interesting. It's good for people to know. So Vietnam War was never actually declared in any way war by the United States government, but it was a fucking war. You know, it was in that whether it's like, oh, if we lose, if us losing was just us losing our citizens. It's not like, oh crap, our world's gonna end in the United States, or like that just shows us losing was literally that we were just there sending our people to die, for what? But so yeah. I'm sorry. The next one, Family Jewels. I've never heard of this.
I'll read
Have
this
you?
one. I haven't either. And I was
Okay.
I was really excited to kind of read it once you. The CIA released.
Yeah, Jeff, this is where the value. This
is
I've
the
never
power
heard
of the
this.
Jeff.
This is foreign to me and you.
The power of Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Jeff's pretty much we think he's our producer.
Yeah,
We
he
think he
is
might be.
our family jewel.
We think he's our producer. The Family Jewel documentary release, Family Jewels document release, 2017 overview. The CIA released additional pages of the Family Jewels, a compilation of reports on the agency's questionable activities from 1959 to 1973. Details. The documents disclose operations like surveillance of American journalists, assassination plots against foreign leaders, and illegal domestic activities, promoting discussion on oversight and accountability.
All right, and that's
The Family Jewels.
reason
What a
they
name.
put
That's
that
an
here,
interesting
yeah.
name.
So the reason they placed it there, the additional pages released from the Family Jewels documents exposed internal reflections on questionable or illegal CIA activities. This release is significant for discussions about oversight, ethical conduct, and the evolution of intelligence operations. From my understanding, the CIA and FBI. FBI is federal, so that's basically contained within the United States.
Yeah.
CIA, Central Intelligence Agency, as far as I know, like standard operating procedure, they're not allowed to operate in the United States. They're for like foreign gathering intelligence, right? So I know there'll be joint efforts between like CIA and FBI, but as far as like domestic stuff, I think technically that's always, and that was my understanding that like that's the FBI, like X-Files and stuff, they're FBI agents. Twin Peaks, FBI agents, because they're dealing with stuff that's contained domestically in the United States. So once it goes international, all your spy stuff, that's CIA. So there's the whole thing about CIA, they're not allowed to, or that my understanding is they're not supposed to be doing anything on domestic soil. So this sounds like evidence that, they did. So if they did, that they're most likely
They're probably still doing it.
Yep.
This really makes me want to talk like Jesse Ventura.
Who's that? He was killed by Predator,
CIA. I wasn't killed by the Predator.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the original cut, whenever the stunt happened and he came down from the tree, I broke his nose. But
and then you became a governor, didn't you?
Yeah, well, okay, yeah. A lot of other things I've been, but governor was one of them. Afraid is one thing I'll never be.
So, and I believe you because the Predator killed you, but that you were so powerful. You came back and you said, "F it, I'm gonna be a governor."
Yeah, I find it interesting your choice of vocabulary. You said that the Predator killed me.
Yeah, that's the evidence. How could you be dead if you're the governor?
Yeah, exactly. That's the governator.
Man, wait, wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger the governor?
No, the governator. Yes,
Arnold. It's all right, buddy.
I know.
That's actually a pretty good person. Arnold.
You never heard the Arnold impersonation? When I lift the weights and I feel the air pumping into the body.
Wait, shit, how many impersonations do you have?
A lot of maybe high level autism.
I don't know, dude.
Like, I didn't know you had that many impersonations. Like, some people can do them. I got a Woody. I've got a Bob Dylan impersonation that you
Dude,
like.
your
That's
Bob
about
Dylan's
it.
Awesome, I love it.
Hey. So that's the quality of mine. But apparently,
I love that shit.
you know, people have made a living just like
Because
you
it
saw
sounds
Jim
like-
Carrey's original like
It
old
sounds
videos.
like a kazoo. What you just did sounds like a kazoo. That's why I love
have you
it.
seen
It's
that
'cause it's
that
like,
video of like Jim Carrey doing like stand up way for early in his career, where all he
think-
did was like impersonations of people.
His Clint
and
Eastwood is insane.
But his impersonations were basically required no talking, which was
Yeah.
the beauty of it.
Yes.
He turned around and
Yeah. No, because his
I
Clint
don't know if
Eastwood
people
would
know
do
that.
it. He would like mess
He maybe
his
barely
face up.
talked, whatever, but exactly.
Yeah, because he turned around. He was like Clint Eastwood, and he was like he did a slow like turn.
After this,
and
I
as he
pull it up.
did, like he
Yeah,
just
he
like
didn't
his
say-
face
you have to say a
morphed like
word,
into
like,
Clint Eastwood.
He physically
No, I know.
in person, and that was
He's-
unique.
he's the-
How many
he's-
most comedians they would start talking and do a
Yeah.
voice thing. He turns around, comes around,
No, man.
and you're looking at the guys impersonating.
He's probably
That's
the
a
most
comedian.
like unique. Well, not just a comedian, man.
Well, that's
He's
part of it.
he's like
I love, dude.
he's pretty much like
he can do with his face. Well,
Yeah, I
he can
was-
do
yeah,
with his face.
yeah, for real.
But like control it. On top of that, that's just a component of what.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what's
yeah,
next?
yeah. So we were just
So
on.
Jim Carrey's The Mask. No, Ace Ventura.
Do we need to go further up or no? Okay, no, we're
Yeah,
right down here.
they go
We're
down.
on Family Jewel. Go
Next
down.
one will
I
be this
shoot you,
one.
You go down,
Acoustic Kitty. Have you heard this?
Tony. No, you
Neither
read
have
it.
I.
Why don't you read it?
Yep. Overview. Files about a bizarre espionage attempt during the 1960s. The CIA tried to use cats fitted with listening devices to spy on the Kremlin and associated embassies. The project was ultimately deemed impractical and abandoned.
Damn.
I'm not surprised by that. Like, I could think of any random things, but they
Yeah, the
actually
Russians
did that
are
with
like,
cats.
The fuck these cats show
So
up
what-
for?
I guess the risk in that is, we just turn it off the track. Actually, no, there's no risk. The Russians find it and they kill the cats, and okay, that was a waste of our time.
Fucking cats. Yeah.
And the cats get killed. You know, it's
Yeah,
like
but
shit
also
animals in
too, you know,
space.
your operatives are,
It's like reason
plentiful.
for placement. The bizarre nature of attempting to use cats for espionage makes this one particularly fascinating. It highlights the creative, albeit impractical, lengths to which intelligence agencies have gone, adding an element of intrigue and curiosity. That is funny, though.
the number 10 is actually a really interesting one. This one
Oh, yeah.
This one's the one
I know
I
about
think
this.
that-
You've heard this, but yeah, you can go.
I think this is probably what got Kennedy killed. I think.
So what's number 10?
Number 10, Bay of Pigs invasion documents. Overview. Newly released documents shed light on the CIA's involvement in the failed Bay of Pigs invasion of Cuba in 1961. Details. The files included internal analysis, operational plan, and operational plans
Yep.
and reflections on the invasion's failure, providing historians with valuable information on the significant Cold War event.
All right. And I'll quickly see its reason. Now, the reason it was placed, while the Bay of Pigs invasion is a well-known historical event, the newly released documents provide deeper insights into the planning and execution failures. This information is valuable for historians, but may not have had the same immediate public impact as other entries high on the list. I'm glad, because, yeah, it did. It just showed that we planned in, like any human, they can try things and they can fail, but this is an example of a huge try and a huge failure that, a lot of just incompetencies, and if you go in there, but so that's it should arguably be higher, but it's cool that it's the public, it's not as sexy, I don't
Yeah.
think, as the other ones, but I think the implications are just as big on just like this shit that we'll do, and then there's a failure, but you saw what that caused. So yeah, that was the top 10. I mean, okay, now we'll just scan down the rest. So there's only 12, so we'll do the rest. 11. Enhanced interrogation techniques reports. Overview. Documents related to post 9/11 interrogation methods were declassified. It didn't say what year. The reports discussed the use of techniques like Okay, this is where waterboarding came into the public, knowledge, sleep deprivation and confinement, sparking debates on human rights and the effectiveness of such methods in intelligence gathering. And it put this one here. The discussions about interrogation methods post 9/11 are crucial for debates on human rights and ethics in intelligence work. While highly significant, the subject has been extensively covered in previous reports and discussions which influenced its placement. So, yeah, for me, it's just like, even if it's technically, they have rules and stuff about we're not allowed to torture, we can only go this far. Like, I think just like they're showing movies, whatever, there'll be the other guy that comes in the room, or Sicario. There'll be
Yes.
the guy that comes in
Yes.
the room. He's like, okay, I'm just going to turn the camera off, and I'm just going to leave the room for a minute, and we'll just, then you hear guys screaming because we're not technically doing it, but it's
Yeah, exactly. It's like, we're not doing it. This other guy that we're going to allow to come in here.
yeah, whether it be contracted or just a mutual interest and that country's willing to do more, and make up your reason. We're not doing it, but we're gonna make sure it happens.
Oh, my
No,
God.
don't. I'm just telling you, spell it. It
okay.
won't make a difference.
Okay, well.
Well, no, you've gone first, so keep going. But if you misspell something again, don't worry about fixing it. And it already knows the conversation, so you can say what are the most important ones of all time. It would know.
Okay. Because I'm wondering, it's like,
Yeah,
those
just
are the
okay.
most
Top
fascinating.
10. So let's see. Out of,
Those are the most fascinating, but what are the most important?
within the last 10 years?
We can
this
do
is-
that.
No, that's what
Okay,
the first list was. This is gonna be since the history of releases.
So I asked it, what are the most important declassified
Yep,
CIA
and it did limit
documents?
it to 10 years. The first question did.
And then I guess I
I'll
should.
say
So the
number
top.
one-
Should I read this?
Nah, I don't think so because we kind of
Okay.
Damn. For here, it put number 1.
Family Jewels. That was number 1, but on the other one it was number 7. You said that was in the last 10 years.
No,
Because
but
that was
no, but the fact that we gave it a wider net and it ranked it higher, it should have ranked it higher. So I'm asking, why wasn't Family Jewels number 1 in the first list? Watch this.
No, you did what?
Watch. I intentionally
Yeah.
misspelled that. It's thinking. I'm sorry, and this. I appreciate your question. And the first list, which focused on impact mostly associated with the 10 years, Family Jewels documents were placed at number 8 instead of number 1 due to several reasons related to the release timing, content novelty, and impact compared to other entries on the list. The Family Jewels documents were not ranked number 1 in the first list because the most significant portions were released prior to the last 10 years. There we go. So
There
it
you go.
limited the information that was even a part of it. That's interesting to know,
Because-
right?
no, it is.
I
It
just
really is.
assumed that, okay, it picked there, but no, it literally cut off was 10 years for every element of that. So, yeah, so we can go back to,
Yeah, I was going up.
the one you asked.
I was
I
trying
think
to
you
go
might
up.
have gone too far.
No,
or did
no,
you not
I
get
didn't.
too far?
No,
Okay.
you went down. I'm trying to go up to where I
Okay,
did.
here we go.
So I got number 1 on the list. It released. It said was Family Jewels is the most important, and this is because I asked it. I said, what are the most important declassified CIA documents? And Matthew's first questions were, what were the most fascinating or whatever within the past 10 years?
Yeah.
And it came up with that. And so now this is again most important declassified CIA documents according to the ChatGPT 01
and
model.
this would imply of all time,
Yes.
since we didn't give it a limit.
Yes.
Yep.
Number 1, the Family Jewels, which we just talked about. Number 2, Project MK Ultra, which we also talked about.
Yep.
Number 3, Crest Database Online. We also talked about that, didn't we?
I feel like I saw it, but
I don't know if we...
might have read
Okay, yeah,
about
we
it.
did see it, but we actually didn't talk
Yeah.
about it. Overview, it says Database Online Access 2017. Do you want to read it or you want me to?
I can
Go
read
ahead.
it. So the CIA made its entire crest, which stands for CIA Records Search Tool, database accessible online, providing the public with over 13 million pages of declassified documents. Oh, so this basically put it all online in official capacity, which is probably what we are accessing.
Yeah, it says this massive release includes a wide array of materials such as scientific research, policy discussion, intelligence analysis, and reports on UFO sightings. It represents a significant step towards transparency and has been an invaluable resource to researchers and historians.
That makes sense. So it's basically something that shows an example of them being more transparent.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's still trusting the level of transparent that is. But
Yeah.
they are giving us a form of transparency in the whole online search thing, which again they control. But they're playing the part well. This, it's not like, oh, how do I validate this? It's like, even now, how do I, substantiate this is true? That crest is Now there's a website, there's a tool, the public
Mhm.
can validate this crap.
So number 4 was one we haven't seen.
No.
I'll let you read this one.
Oh, and it was released. It says released in 2013. I wonder. Yeah, who cares why I didn't put overview documents detailing. Oh, probably because of parts of it that were captured prior to
Before.
2013. Documents detailing the CIA's involvement in the 1953 coup d'état in Iran that overthrew Prime Minister Mohammed Mossadegh. Hopefully, I'm probably mispronouncing that. Significance. The files confirmed the CIA's role in orchestrating the coup, which had long been suspected but not officially acknowledged. This intervention had profound effects on U.S. and Iran relations and the Middle East geopolitics. So I guess we've always, and it's funny because I grew up my whole life thinking Iran is, they've always been a quote unquote bad guy to me.
Yeah.
I've never they've always in my this culture everything I've seen, it's not like, oh, at one point we used to be friends with them or better. They've always been like bad guys.
Yeah.
And I remember when that movie was it Argo?
Argo.
Just learning about that hostage thing. At least I remember asking my dad, I'm like, okay, so as far as you know, is that the point in time? Like, because we used to have an embassy there, right? That shows that we were in a good enough relationship to have an embassy there. But after that hostage situation happened, like when I asked my dad, like that's I think when they became have always been just bad guys to us. And like kids grow up and it's not like, oh yeah, that was ever a place that anyone even would visit or whatever. And so I think, and I don't know if I think this coup d'etat, I don't know, that must 53 is probably before the hostage thing. I don't know. I could look it up, but whether or not so, I just know in the public's mind, I feel like, because we obviously still had the embassy, but this might even happening in 1953 might play into the fact that hostage thing was even okay by them because we did shitty stuff to them to begin with.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Oh, shit, yeah.
I mean, that's just my, I'm sharing my thoughts. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts? Or
No,
is that cool?
I mean, not really. I mean, no,
okay, cool.
that's-
Then we'll keep going. Yeah.
No, I mean, just because that's such a fucking. I mean, yeah. No, I don't.
'Cause,
I mean,
yeah,
you
try
pretty
and-
much said anything.
Yeah. Then I just try and think of it, connecting it to the bigger picture.
So
here we go.
ugh.
Bay of
Sorry, Bay of
Yawns.
Pigs invasion, which we already talked about,
Yeah.
and so we'll kind of skip past this. But this next one to me seems
yeah, what?
interesting. Number 6, Pentagon Papers.
Declassified portions.
Portions.
Isn't that friendly?
1/4
Yeah,
portions.
I can
It
go and read
says-
this.
You want me to? Go ahead.
Yeah, although primarily associated with the Department of Defense, portions involving the CIA's activities during the Vietnam War were declassified. So it looks like a lot of Vietnam stuff. Significance: the papers were revealed that successive U.S. administrations had misled the public about the scope and objectives of the Vietnam War. The disclosures contributed to growing anti-war sentiment and debates over government transparency. Okay,
Ooh.
I should have asked it to put the years of each of these, but I don't have to do that now because I wonder.
So, This
Okay.
one's number 7. This one's relevant because we're in the month of September.
I mean, and it's the most recent,
Yeah.
like attack on our country of that scale, since maybe Pearl Harbor. I don't even
This
know if
one-
Pearl Harbor had as many. Like this, think about it.
We can check and see. I know that what's it called? It was like World Trade Center was what 2,000 people or some shit or like
But that was just a domestic terrorist, wasn't it?
what?
No. So yeah, we're talking about 9/11, right?
Oh, yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
thinking about just like that's a foreign what government terrorist group whatever attack on our soil that killed that many innocent civilians. In my mind, I'm trying to think. I'll have to look that up later. But what's the biggest one prior to that? That's a huge
Yeah.
attack, and that fed into a lot of
It might
fears
even
and
say.
stuff. That, yeah,
Says September 11th attack documents overview, declassified intelligence assessments and reports related to the events leading up to the September 11th 2001 terrorist attacks. Significance: these documents have provided insights into intelligence failures, the activities of Al Qaeda. It's
all right, buddy.
This motherfucker, Al Qaeda, and have informed the policies on national security and counterterrorism.
So that's interesting.
Al
'cause-
Canada.
Oh,
Hold up.
Canada.
No. It literally made me think of what's it called? In What We Do in the Shadows, Nandor. He goes,
Nandor.
I was from Alcantador. Nando the Destroyer.
Oh man,
Dude,
that's funny.
did you see that he was at the Emmys or whatever and he had like fangs in?
Oh no, I
He
have
was
to watch
wearing
that.
fangs like
That's
at
awesome.
the like dressed like in his tux or whatever.
Oh, that's great, man.
Dude, that's literally what Alcantador.
Yeah, and that's just funny because again, like I went off talking about September 11th, which isn't related at all to what they're talking about, but this did make me just think about, I love your brother got me onto the Sean Ryan podcast, and there's actually a free weekly newsletter I think that they start doing now, but it was like within maybe the last couple months where he interviewed, well I know like some CIA person. There's been like a couple of interviews I think where they talked about, there being information about something being planned, whether like to what extent or whatever, but that and I know like he interviewed that one who's I guess taken over in the Middle East, like in Iraq maybe or Iran. I don't know. There's like all this. It doesn't matter. Because I don't know the facts well enough other than that we do a lot of stupid. Korean War documents,
Soviet biological chemical, women CIA inspection.
Yeah, torture. It's kind of Mockingbird insights. National intelligence estimates. I'm curious on a national intelligence estimate. I'm gonna have to look that further. But declassified NIEs, which I'd never heard of before, on various global issues, including nuclear proliferation, geopolitical shifts, and security threats. These high-level assessments inform policymakers and provide a historical record of the intelligence community's views on critical issues at different points in time. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole on that. National intelligence estimates, because I didn't even know that was a thing. I mean, I'm sure I did. As far as they talk about assessing the global likelihood of anything. I bet that's anything, right? To where an alien invasion, this or that, and they'll be like, okay, we're not gonna spend a lot on that, but yeah, he just said explain number 14 more. Ensuring accuracy, highlighting key insights. And we're using the 01 preview, which is of ChatGPT, which is the most like the first one to have chain of thought reasoning, where it's showing us in real time its chain of thought, and it takes longer. That's the huge thing. Before it was like just how quickly it could generate, and basically with the baseline understanding, trying to predict the next word. Like that's the basic thing. This chain of thought, it's like a human. The more time it takes, the better answer you're going to get. So you're intentionally letting it take more time to give you a better answer.
This motherfucker spitting.
Yeah, dude. So, I mean, I can be the one to scan or do you want to scan through? It didn't matter.
I was trying to just scroll up. I don't know why I'm on that other page.
Yeah, it gets funky. So he said, explain number 14 more. Thought for 22 seconds. I can unclick. And it literally tells you the chain of thought just for people using it, which I'm telling you, man. Okay, Huntsman World. So overview. The national intelligence estimates are high-level strategic assessments produced by the United States, represent the collective judgment of all 18 IC agencies, which include CIA, NSA, DIA, and others, coordinated by the National Intelligence Council, the NIC. God, this is the bureaucracy's nuts. NIEs are designated to inform the president, senior policymakers, and military leaders about significant global developments that could impact U.S. interests. That is so open to anything. So they cover stuff from nuclear proliferation, terrorism and extremism, cybersecurity, economic and political stability, military capabilities, global health crises. The significance, the informed decision-making. NIEs provide comprehensive analysis that help policy, tells us strategic planning, historical record, understanding, available, transparent, releasing NIEs. Yeah, I mean, it's telling it. I'd say what I want to ask you what's the
I'm gonna grab another drink. You
yeah.
want
Yeah, we can take a. Let me just keep going.
You can, yeah.
Okay.
If you feel like you're flowing, go.
Yeah. I'll take that one, sir. Thank you. So I'm gonna ask you, what is NIE? How long? has it existed? And what is the craziest thing it's covered? Again, I could think of what, but it's gonna know what I mean. Thinking, piecing together the NIE, honing accuracy, highlighting examples, crafting and apply summarizing NIEs, taking unconventional topics, charting environmental stress, evaluating intelligence conclusions, examining non-traditional threats. That's what I think my mind is thinking of. The NIE is a comprehensive strategic assessment produced by the United States intelligence community, the IC, that represents the collective analysis on critical national security issues. Come on. Purpose. How long has it existed? It's been a vital part of the U.S. intelligence assessment since its inception was 1950. Okay, what's the craziest thing it's covered? Okay, let's see. You know what? I'll wait till Mikey gets back, because I want to... We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back right when the man gets back. All right, we're back. All right, so I was just getting to kind of explain NIEs, National Intelligence Estimates, been around since the 50s, and part of the question was, what is the craziest thing it's covered? Just, see what it says. Determining the craziest or most unusual topic covered by an NIE is subjective. No duh, but I want to see what it says. But several NIEs have addressed unconventional, surprising, or highly controversial subjects. Here are some notable examples. Okay, the 1975 NIE on global environmental and resource challenges, titled Political Implications of Trends in World Population, Food Production, and Climate. That's what I'm talking about. This kind of stuff I like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not another country.
No,
It's like, I'm sure we'll come across aliens, but this NIE assessed how global population growth, food scarcity, and climate change could affect international stability and U.S. national security. It was forward thinking. I mean, it's smart. It's something we want to do, but this is like proof. Yeah, of course. It's forward thinking and linking environmental factors to geopolitical risks at a time when such connections were not widely recognized. What stands out? Okay. Number 2. Do you want me to care about this one? It's about AIDS, security. Yeah, let's see. It's 2007. Ian Rand. Now we're looking for unconventional. Okay, so I might just go to. Oh wait. Okay, NIEs addressing psychic phenomena and parapsychology. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
During the Cold War, concerns about Soviet research into psychic phenomena led the U.S. intelligence community, like I said, if they're doing it, we got to do it, to explore similar topics. While not typical NIE subjects, some intelligence assessments touched on remote viewing and other parallel. What stands out? Orthodox topics, yeah, I think Project Stargate mentioned highlights the links that will go for intelligence. All right, so I think you had a couple questions you wanted to...
I almost want to ask it real quick before we go off of this about the remote viewing thing, because it said it's almost real brief on it. So it's like, go back to what it like just... hang on.
Yeah.
Go back to what it said, though, real quick. Whatever you were just on where it said that.
Yeah. Hold on.
I think it was up a little further, I thought.
Oh, it mentions it more than once, I thought. Let's see.
It was up a little further where you were reading, though. Why it stands out right in here is why you read, I think, what you're reading.
Let's see. So...
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Remote viewing.
Yeah.
Why?
So while not typical...
So it said it touched on remote viewing. You should ask it, like, has remote viewing been like proven to be real?
Okay.
Or is there documented proof that remote viewing is a real thing? Because this was something I was maybe going to talk to you about, like that theory I had one time.
Yeah, true. I just say. I don't know what I mean. All I could say is remote viewing like a documented true capability of humans. So depending if it doesn't answer what I want, I'll put is if it's a documented true capability of humans.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, but it should get it. It explains it. I guess I'll read this. Remote viewing is a term used to describe the claimed ability to perceive information about a distant or unseen target through extrasensory perception, ESP. We mentioned that earlier. Practitioners assert that they can gather details about a location, object, or person that is hidden from physical view and separated by distance or even time. So the historical finding mixed results, lack of empirical evidence, possible explanations for apparent success. So conclusion is remote viewing a documented true fact. This says no. Remote viewing is not considered documented true fact within the scientific community. So I take that with a grain of salt. Well, it's been again. This is still something that's scraped on the data, all the data that it has, and what's been out there. So that's why it's like, okay, that's what I want to ask: is remote viewing within human capabilities? Thinking. Understand navigating policy. And again, taking a closer look. The longer it thinks, normally the better. So it explains what it is, lack of evidence, I just want to get to the answer, buddy. There's no scientific validation.
Which is
I need to spend more time to ask it the right. This is where I think it really comes down to asking it, figuring out how to ask it the question, get the answer. Because it's it's looking at evidence, but I'm like,
hang on. What questions we're asking it are good because it's the basic, just out there way of asking it, the blunt way of asking it, and this is how it's responding. Because it's like you don't want to go at it in such a way to get a specific answer. You just want to ask it a question to see what it says. But at the end of the day, it's like what you said with the scientific thing is that it's like it does make sense. And pretty much most of what it was saying is almost like what we read in that book, I feel like, which was that like it's hard to prove a lot of it. How can you prove some of these things? It's hard for it to be provable. And other people can chalk certain things up to, how is this person able to see this? They're able to chalk it up to different things, I think, rather than it just being that, this person had an out-of-body experience or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So, because I think it's interesting. I agree. I think
this is like the classic Wikipedia.
There you go. No, that's a good question. That's
exactly what this is.
What is the best evidence that exists supporting?
Okay, so we already know it keeps giving us an assessment based on
there's something there that people
that it's even mentioned in documents.
Exactly.
There's something
because it's
to
been
it.
mentioned a handful of times in these other documents. So it's
I want to know
there's some relevancy
that does support it.
Yeah.
And again, this is like a new form of Wikipedia rabbit hole. They'd see something, click on a link, learn more about it. Now, instead of just clicking on a link to learn more about it, you can ask it the specific question that you might have. You might not have one, but either way, that's insane. Okay, so there's Ingo Swan's remote viewing sessions. Swan reportedly described details of remote locations. One famous accounts Swan's description of the planet Jupiter before the Pioneer 10 flyby, including features like rings, which were later confirmed. Pat Price's descriptions. Price claimed to have accurately described secret Soviet facilities and the contents of hidden envelopes. It's like, of course, there'd be nothing out there that they would keep documented in any way that could, show that.
Yeah.
Then McGonagall's contributions, we talked about him a bunch. He participated in hundreds of remote viewing sessions and was awarded the Legion of Merit for his work in remote viewing intelligence operations. So for me, opening up the world to him, and he was interviewed by Sean Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that convinced me the most that this is actually happening.
That there was something
regardless
there,
of what's documented. Again,
I agree.
It's still trained on documents, but as far as somebody who's so old, doesn't have some book, nothing to gain, and there's nothing in their history that shows that they're just some bullshitter that would go out of their way to be this earnest about something like this, being interviewed and talking about it, and by being substantiated by him more the men who stare at goats, the actual guy who was used McGonagall a lot.
Yes,
he was
I know
the
you're
military
talking about.
guy, basically the guy in the government, the U.S. military side of it. McGonagall was a soldier and basically almost, in my mind, like a contractor consultant for a lot of time, after being a soldier when he was young. Because it's almost like thinking of people that are born natural athletes, like LeBron James. he was born and he was going to be an amazing athlete no matter what. He was just born with that genetic. Like you're born up. You could beat up Spider-Man.
Yes.
You're born with that strength.
I was, yes.
And
well,
so
it's not
like
strength, it's smart.
whatever it is. But so like the thing McGonagall, I've heard like him to like that guy who wrote the Men Who Stare at Goats that, and other people. I think it's almost like he was just born with this ability, like innate, just like someone who picks up an instrument and plays it well. But he was just born naturally really good at this, and so good, like he's like the LeBron James, Michael Jordan of it, and he was just born that way. He didn't ask her, but then of course over time, I'm sure he did get better at it because, well, the more you do it, the better you get at it generally in anything, right? And so he was just naturally so like, but I feel like other people must have existed with this ability, but they like chalked it off to like some weird experience or moved on from it. Because again, like it's kind of like if you shut your brain off to something, I think to an extent, it's just like when something crazy happens, like, oh, I didn't see that ghost, or I didn't do that, and years go by and you didn't, But so what did you ask it? Yeah, because I didn't even see the question. So
yeah.
like,
Okay. So
how could someone confirm? Oh, how if they could confirm result? We could answer that though, because we've read about experiments. So it'd be basically, yeah.
But it was just interesting. I wanted
Okay.
to see. So I typed in how could someone
That's
confirm
true,
if
yeah,
remote
that's a good
viewing is
question.
real? So
Step 1, designing controlled experiments, establish clear objectives, because we kind of want to. I mean, I don't think we could plan to test it ourselves. Just because why? Telling us how to do it. Define a hypothesis. Formulate a specific test hypothesis. For example, individuals can describe details of a remote location beyond chance expectations. Okay. Create strict protocols. The controlled environment, conduct experiments in a setting where variables are tightly controlled. Double-blind procedures. This is huge in any kind of scientific experiment. Neither the participant, the remote viewer, nor the experiments are interacting with them. They can know target information to prevent bias. Randomization, use random methods to select targets to preserve unpredictability. And then it comes down to just control. Okay, there's a statistical group. Control groups include participants who are not expected to have remote viewing abilities to establish baseline results. So it's like making sure that there's some random people that they've never said they could or whatever. Like it says, that have the baseline. So it's like there's a control to us, to where, okay, if this guy says do it and it actually has some evidence, then okay, well, shit, yeah. Decoys and noise. Introduce a decoy. Okay, this is like where you intentionally try and like prove it's fake. Decoys and noise. Introduce decoy targets to test whether correct identifications are due to chance. Man, it gets down into just like really how to do it. But
that's interesting.
And again, yeah, I mean, it's the sort of thing that we love and are fascinated by, and we'll definitely be learning.
Open up a new one or keep typing on this one for my
whatever,
next
like
question?
what? Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know if you wanted to be able to keep that or anything.
No, dude, it saves like all my previous conversations. You see it on the left, and I can rename them too. Like you see Free Willy script. Last night when it was really late, what I was doing it is, I wasn't asking the questions. I was just feeding it words that I thought. Like I was curious about the Fibonacci sequence and golden ratio, and I was curious about, like, I made that video using Chopin. It's a classic piano piece. So I literally just said Fibonacci sequence, golden ratio, Chopin's Prelude number 13 into it, and just see what it would come back with. And again, that was like my rabbit hole, but in the future, you don't need to, like, that's where it gets interesting. Just, you can, just a thought or randomness or things, just if you just type them in there, and it'll just try and find the connections that might exist. And you don't even need to ask it. It's just weird. It was like testing what can this do and what to do. So I'm done. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Oh, don't do this one. No, you have to do this one. Wait, so what did you ask it?
So I asked it, I said, what is the biggest threat to human
existence?
existence?
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
It says the biggest threat to human existence. It says the question of the greatest threat to human existence is complex. Is complex as multiple factors could potentially lead to catastrophic outcomes. Below is an analysis of. Below is the analysis of some of the most significant threats based on scientific
I'm doing something
research,
here that I know is bad for my mental health.
scientific research and expert opinions up to my knowledge cutoff in September 2021.
That's weird. Because October 2023 was this cutoff for the. Who cares?
So number 1 is nuclear war.
Okay, yeah, that's everyone can imagine that.
Climate change. Number 2.
Yeah. That,
Okay.
But no, but I think it's the thing more about. In my mind, it would be food and water shortages.
Yeah, absolutely.
In my mind, however it gets there, I don't think it has to be something crazy with
that's it.
food. But that, like, that.
I agree.
I got to stop because I could. Yeah.
And then number 3, global pandemics. Yeah. Highly infectious diseases, whether naturally occurring or bioengineered, can spread rapidly due to globalization.
Yeah.
Impact, massive loss of life, economic collapse, strain on healthcare systems. Okay, and number 4, artificial intelligence, AI risks. That's interesting as number 4. Overview: the development of super intelligent AI could pose existential risk
If misaligned
with human values or goals. Impact: loss of control over advanced AI systems could lead to unintended consequences, potentially harming or displacing humanity.
You see a lot of my shorts, the way they end. This to get our shorts. I'm sorry. A lot of them end with just some kind of robot left. Like that's the last scene in a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. That is interesting.
That's why. Just so like anyone actually sees my shorts, like, and you could ask, like, every scene is placed in a certain order and done a certain way. Like I'm literally trying to create a narrative and we're trying to create a narrative and cause an emotional reaction. And a lot of them, they just end with like a robot, on an empty earth or whatever, or nothing but robots. Just in my mind, because of that risk right there, displacing humanity.
Likelihood.
Yeah. The thing is,
Likelihood.
I don't.
Uncertain but increasingly discussed among experts as AI technology rapidly advances.
Okay, so in my
unplug your computer. Just unplug it.
No, yeah. If you think about it, like literally, destroying every power source and just being primitive would be the only way to be. Like, you think of if it gets to that point.
Yeah,
but I'll quickly give me a minute. I'll just summarize my dark journey with AI and how I felt, because this fear here, and the more
I really wish we could light some Nong Chomp.
The more I've learned about it over the last few months, and it's not displacing humanity is like the worst case scenario, which that's not necessarily my biggest fear, but it's like on the scale of that sort of thing. I would say or displacing like humanity's, the necessity for humans to do anything, right? To where, I guess in a perfect world it could theoretically lead to, like in Star Trek, where people like Crane, a lot of people would be like, yeah, but there's the people in power, they wouldn't let it get to where people don't have to work. There's like systems that create food and everyone can just literally do whatever they want. Almost like a perfect utopia. And there's nothing left in my mind, if that happens, but creativity. If you don't have to work to do anything, you have to do anything, do whatever, what are you going to do? Like, what are humans going to do? And so being creative is like one of the most pure last shoot things that makes you, it is makes you human. So, but then that's kind of led me down the journey of, leveraging it to try and be as creative as possible, but still being human. Because I'm gonna get you to do things, but I'm gonna control the music, how they're placed. I'm gonna tell it what I want it to make to support a theme or idea, and basically, I could go down the dark path of careers and everything, but it's almost like you choose what to focus on. Whatever it becomes, it could go in which number ways is inevitable. And for me, it can be applied to anything. Worrying about the future, a potential worst case, like, oh, I could worry about getting cancer my whole life. Like, why would I do that? You know? Or it could be like you have a high chance of it in your family. It's like, well, why am I gonna do that? I'll get my checkups, but to waste your energy versus, okay, what's the best I can do with it, you know, in my life right now, and actually try and utilize it positively, regardless of the fears that it might inspire. And that's it.
No, yeah. I'm just asking it super normal questions and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you get some. Oh,
more
look
puggy
at what
pads?
so we got. Oh my guys, my wife brought her pads in here for us.
More puggy
Oh,
pads.
they're for actually dog pads.
More
I'm
puggy
sorry.
pads. No, I saw you.
I'm glad. Okay, there's a weird thing Mikey's dealing with, which since he's
My little girl's becoming a woman.
He took on our young
My
daughter.
Little girl's, but thank you.
All right, our pug that we couldn't give enough, our second pug we couldn't give enough love. He got her to. She was still puppy age to where she didn't. She become a woman, and we know when a person becomes a woman is when they start bleeding. And I told Mikey, and we kind of let him know beforehand. We're like, all right, because we should have gotten them fixed like when they were really young. We didn't.
If you want.
And if you don't, I never experienced a dog having a period.
Oh yeah.
In my life, let alone its first period, and let alone, I mean, you think women bleed a lot? I'm not joking. This is disgusting. Potato's first period, I swear it was over a month.
Yeah, I just asked you, and I was because it's over,
like
been
it was
over a
for
week.
3 to 4 weeks of random bleeding. So we got these pug diapers. And that they actually sell more, like if you go to the animal store to buy, like, because they sell pads for dogs, it's so much more expensive than just getting the most generic human one, and it's the same thing.
Same thing.
They literally just rebranding it for animals, and people are spending
Yeah.
more on it. No, just get the cheapest freaking pads you can of Walmart or whatever. You might just cut up.
Pug pads,
And again,
man.
I'm just glad that now I'm sad you're going through it, but I'm glad you know what it's like, because who else knows about dealing with the pug having his first period? So weird.
Oh my god. No, it really is, man. I mean, it's.
This is so
sweet
weird.
girl.
And that's the
little
backstory
pug.
behind. Oh yeah, my wife found the extra, because we finally got our pug fixed.
Yeah, she's about
Because it's
to
not
be.
cheap.
Once she's done, she's
it's not
getting
cheap
fixed.
because the dogs, since the noses are flat, they're technically like a higher risk just
Yeah.
going under anesthesia or anything, just because of that. So all the cheap, city programs that exist to basically, you can get your dogs spayed or neutered for cheap or next to free in some cases. They don't do pugs because I don't
They're
know what
special.
Yeah, because they are special. But
Special.
because that specialness, which is like the breathing,
require- she does
there's
that.
a slightly higher risk that they might not come out of the surgery.
Stop it.
No, that's why.
I
That's,
know.
but no, but the
How
thing
much
is,
does it
they're fine.
cost? How much am I looking?
Like was it $250?
Oh, okay. That's fine. That's worth it.
No, it's
I'm
no.
gonna save money in the
It's
long
no,
run. All
it
these
is.
fucking
No, the
pads
thing
she's
is,
going
it's
through.
totally worth it. But I'm just
Holy
explaining
shit.
people who might talk like,
Yeah.
why don't you go get it fixed? It's free. I'm like, yeah, $250. It is a lot to some people, and it's nothing to
Yeah,
some
yeah,
people.
yeah.
It's worth it, but it's almost like, okay, I got to save up a little bit. I
Yeah.
wasn't ready for it.
It's like you said, for it being a thing where typically it's one of those things where it's so accessible that most people's knee-jerk reaction is like, just get a fucking fix.
Yeah, but it's like,
But then
it's
you're
a
like,
little more
oh,
difficult.
yeah,
I
since
can't just show up. They
given
don't
the
have some. I
breed,
can't go to the clinic down the
they're gonna
street
be
where
like, ooh.
Paco Smackins, after he quit his baseball career, he does the spays and neuters in his freaking back of a truck. He's
So-
like, sorry, but I don't do pugs. I don't do
He's
flat
like,
nosed
not a
dogs.
pug.
The little, I
much risk, buddy.
There's a greater chance I might kill them. But yes, so that was a fun little diversion. So what do we got here? Oh, is Stephanie still in here?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Well, okay. No. Because Mikey. My wife goes, oh no. We're asking Chat GPT all this like interesting stuff, and Mikey asked. He wanted to ask it this. What are the biggest threats to human existence? Number 1 is nuclear war. 2, climate change. 3, global pandemics. 4, artificial intelligence risks.
So now I'm just asking a question.
And I told him as we're going into it, I was like, not to
I think I'm giving Matt anxiety, and I'm just going to leave him with you.
It's no, it's not anxiety.
It would be AI.
It's not anxiety.
AI.
Yeah, but it's not
I
anxiety.
know it's not anxiety.
Slowly killing him.
Yeah,
But
for
not,
real.
No, but but that's the funny thing. I was depressed about it before, but now I use it so much, I'm burning up so
Now it's
much.
your
I'm
friend.
burning the candle both ends so
Yeah.
much. To where the end effect might be, it's killing me. Like that's what he's saying. It'd be
No,
like
that's
I
funny.
love guitars so much, I'm gonna stay up all
Uh-huh.
night practicing.
Yep.
At first, I was scared of the guitar, and it was gonna kill me because I worried about it. Now I'm trying to be its friend so much, it's gonna kill me because that's all I'm doing. Oh, guys, we're here. We're open. You know.
Yeah, no, we really
that's
are.
just the journey. So we're happy.
So
I
the
just thought
next,
that was funny because the moment he said that, I looked at Mikey. I'm like, oh man, I don't know.
yeah,
if I
he
can-"
saw that and he was just like started to like twitch. He's like, oh god.
It's
oh,
like I know
God."
this, but then it's
He's like
just
my
like,
biggest fear, it being put out there. AI telling
if
me that
anything,
AI is a problem.
If anything, like everyone who doesn't stay on top of it like I do, like daily news and just the potential of actually what we're on the threshold of. Hopefully this just lets them know. Wait, it's not just this is a cool new program that people control. Like it's beyond that. And just the more I learn about that, begin like what 95 more 90 maybe probably 99% of the population sees things about it and just think it's cool new software. It's amazing new software that's just gonna that the people who made it have control of it and there's nothing to worry about, right?
Yeah.
But they don't realize, and yeah, hopefully that end result, that's all it ends up appearing to be. But the potential risks that are within it, because it's not something that we totally control or totally understand, that the people who created it, it's like they designed a new being and they're learning how to interact with it. Versus there's some book that perfectly defines exactly everything about it. Like, no, it's like the one video, the best I think way thing is it's Jeff Bezos said it's not an invention. AI is not an invention, it's a discovery.
So I had to show my dad recently because he was watching something and the guy was like talking about how it's like playing with like a digital Ouija board. He thought it was the devil or something, and I was like, it's like, because he said it was like, but my main gripe about it is the guy said it was, that somebody designed it or whatever. And I was like, well, I don't think it really is. I'm like, it was like kind of discovered. Like it was a discovered capability.
Yeah. And just, I guess the average, I don't want to say average person, but just like, they might not think about the significance of those two words, but I'm sure everyone here does. But like, designed is like, complete understanding of every function of it. It's exactly what you made versus something, no matter what you did to get it to the point of designing it, like creating it, and making it, you discovered something entirely that you didn't plan on making or design. Like it's like you discovered something in your backyard. So that's it. That's awesome.
So this is interesting. So I asked it. So here's the question I asked it. Come on now. I said, can AI replicate human consciousness? It says introduction. The question of whether artificial intelligence can replicate human consciousness is a complex, multifaceted topic that intersects fields such as neuroscience, cognitive science, philosophy, and computer science. As of my knowledge cutoff in October 2023, AI has made significant advances in mimicking certain aspects of human cognition, such as learning, problem solving, and language understanding. However, replicating human consciousness remains a subject of debate and ongoing research. So I quickly, as you were talking, I kind of scrolled through and wasn't really, it's like, what is consciousness? Okay, whatever. Challenges in defining consciousness. Okay. And all this may be relevant, but I was trying to get to something fruitful.
Yeah.
For us to talk about. AI and consciousness, current state. And I think down here, this was interesting. Okay, so I'll go kind of from here. The gap between AI and human consciousness. What is like...
Qualia.
Yeah. That's what.
It's a rare word, but
That's what I was.
that's
wanting.
gonna be.
It says
it's not
AI
worth me,
lacks
but I mean,
qualia. It says AI lacks.
Hold on. Let me
Okay.
just search that word real quick. So qualia. We saw what definition.
There it is.
The internal and subjective component of sense perceptions arising from stimulation of the senses by phenomena.
So it says qualia. AI lacks qualia. The individual instances of of subjective consciousness experience.
That makes sense.
Intentionally, it says machines do not have intentions or desires. They execute programmed tasks without understanding or purpose. Right here,
That's
emotions.
the same thing that goes into the fear, because if they're like, oh, find the cure for world problems, they could just think, oh, getting rid of all humans is the cure.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that, but that's what that says is like,
Yes.
oh, they don't have understanding purpose.
They
like,
just execute a task.
Emotion. Train on the value of human life.
Emotions and feelings. AI does not experience emotions, which are integral to human consciousness. Says so. Right here it says theoretical perspectives. Strong AI versus weak AI. Weak AI, the belief that machines can simulate human thought processes but do not possess consciousness. Strong AI, the hypothesis that machines could attain consciousness and mental states equivalent to human if they replicate the brain's functional processes.
Like, if they're able to do that, how that's like, for them it's the same thing. How could it's like, if I can like clone a brain basically in a digital format, even though it's not flesh and blood and I don't believe it has a soul, it could be what's the word I got you to say at the beginning of the episode?
A quiver of verisimilitudes.
They could be a perfect verisimilitude, which is in plays and movies, they're verisimilitudes, like perfect examples of like a real thing.
Okay.
To where, it could be, it's not a human, but it could be you couldn't tell the difference.
All right. It says overview. These are kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Brain emulation.
If you're good, this was making me think of a conversation I was having with Crane at your birthday gathering.
Really?
About it. Yeah. No, because it's just interesting, because already, like, in R.I.P. recently, just James Earl Jones, but even living celebrities, they've licensed out their likeness to be used in advertising stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure William Dafoe, like, they already have, right? So they're letting different companies, a lot of them are probably global, because I don't know if you ever looked, because I've looked up, like, commercials where, they used Kevin Bacon in some Japanese commercial randomly, like, we never saw, because that they picked it, like, that sort of thing. So there's all these ad campaigns globally, which don't matter, but, like, actors do. But so whatever company wants to pay for their likeness to use them in an ad, the AI is so good, to be able to generate for, like, again, right now they could just make a commercial to where that he's saying whatever he wants to promote that, and he didn't have to show up and act or do it, right? So that's just that is what it is. But then it'll just make me think about, if, like, especially actors and people who die, if they sell their likeness and they still want to use them in a movie or something. And again, this is like really making leaps ahead, I think. I don't know, but I'm just waiting for the potential of like a pure AI celebrity, right? So like, I think like my theory about those text messages I got from that person that wasn't a person but an AI, like. But society being so used to it, or whatever, to where like, okay, this AI agent about whatever is like really popular on social media. They're gonna be in this next movie.
Yeah.
And it's just an AI generated character personality that everyone dislikes.
Yeah.
To where it's basically implemented inside like a person, and to where it's like, everyone knows blah blah, and it's not just like Mickey Mouse, a mascot for Disney. It's an AI model that you could interview and talk to and all this stuff. I and I don't know if we get there, but that's in my mind that if we get there, I'm kind of expecting, those are my thoughts. I just
No, well, that's why I'm
that
finding
was just
this
in the
interesting
response
to read, 'cause I
to
feel
a random
like-
conversation. I don't worry about that specifically.
No.
I don't care about that. But it's just the depth of just and that's not even talking about whether or not it could replicate human consciousness. But that's just a subjective question, right? To where okay, so if there was
No,
talking,
I got it. Hang on. So I've got. You want me to go on for a little bit here?
if you get
Okay. So I was more or less going down from the basic question, the question about asking it, can it emulate human consciousness? Would it be able to replicate human consciousness, AI? And so I'm just trying to go down to find the most almost
I think
bullet
maybe
points.
you should ask it what
And
defines
so-
human consciousness.
Well, no, but that's what it said at the
Does
very
it get there?
beginning. No, in
Okay.
the very beginning it said what is human
Okay.
consciousness and defining it. So hold on.
Okay. No, yeah, you read the, feelings. I'm sorry. I'm just the part you did read. You go down a little bit, and this is just from it. So, this emotions and feelings is a part of
Where?
it. So you can keep going.
Up or down?
Right here. It does not experience emotions. So
Which are integral to human consciousness. Yeah.
okay. So,
So
keep
at the
going.
very beginning of this, I know you have a lot of thoughts on it.
yeah,
but
and that's
just
why
give
I
me a
got
second.
stuck.
No,
I'm
just give me
sorry.
a second though,
I'm
because
sorry,
I'm trying. No, but because I'm trying to get to a point where we can maybe
Yeah.
talk about it more
Yeah, no, keep going.
on a better way. Like is all my.
This is
so
an example of what
can-
why it's almost like.
can AI replicate human consciousness? Was the question right here. Understanding what is
Yeah.
consciousness. So it's already. I'm not going to go over this
Yeah,
though
yeah.
because we've already been asking what
Yeah,
the
no,
fuck
yeah,
consciousness is for
yeah.
years and everything like that. We know that debate. I'm trying to go down and actually figure some shit out. So I thought this was interesting. From here on down, this is I know that's what I'm saying. Listen, from here down, as you were talking to me, I was reading, and from here down, this is where it gets interesting.
Okay.
So neuromorphic computing overview: designing computer architectures that mimic the neural structure of the human brain. Potential may bridge the gap by enabling machines to process information similarly to biological neurons. Brain emulation, whole brain emulation, the theoretical possibility of scanning and simulating the entire human brain in a computer. Challenges: requires detailed mapping of neural connections and understanding the neural processing, which is currently beyond our capabilities. Now they talk about AGI. This is somewhat of it's kind of
We've
important, but the
mentioned this
next
word
part,
before.
this is what's interesting after this, I think. AGI definition: an AI with the ability to understand, learn, and apply knowledge in generalized ways similar to a human. Status: AGI remains a theoretical goal. Achieving it may be a step towards replicating aspects of consciousness. The last part: ethical and philosophical considerations. Right down here, it's it says existential risks, and I thought this was kind of interesting. Control and alignment, ensuring that a conscious AI's goals align with human values to prevent unintended consequences. Impact on society: the emerge of conscious AI could profoundly affect employment, social structure, and human identity. That's what I thought was interesting. Right there again, the emergence of conscious AI could profoundly affect employment, social structure, and human identity.
Okay, and so
you can go from there, but I just wanted to kind of
so I want to connect the So
that's what I'm saying.
So connecting the dots. So what it says
'Cause
about here. Okay, status: AGI remains a theoretical goal. Okay, if you stay on top about it and read it about it as much as I do, this theoretical goal, most people would. I mean, in the realm of school of it, that is the race. But right now is to getting to AGI, and I would, based on a lot of people think within the next year. Me, I think a conservative estimate is 4-5 years. That's conservative, right? So I'm almost expecting AGI to be reached by the end of next year, at the latest. So yeah, it's saying it's a theoretical thing, but current research and everything it kind of people could make arguments against it the way, but there's a ton that points to us, and even just looking at how rapidly it's developing now, that this theoretical goal that would be a huge step towards having consciousness replicated is right around the corner. Like we could be there and not be out yet. Like, and so this huge step that is the key determining factor of it replicating human consciousness. It's about to check this box.
Yeah.
We're about to check this box for the next year or two.
Mhm.
So that means, okay, if we do, then it's all the existential risk and all that stuff. That means that they're just, not far down the road, potentially.
Potentially not
From
far
that.
from
It could, because
the...
even we get to AGI doesn't mean this is going to happen, but this is just showing what could happen. And AGI is, we're at the doorstep of it.
So it says current consensus and outlook, scientific community, skepticism. Many scientists are skeptical that AI can replicate human consciousness without significant breakthroughs in understanding the human mind. But also AI could maybe help you understand it. Who knows? I don't know. AI, so open questions. The nature of consciousness is still one of the major unsolved problems in science. That's why at the very beginning when I was like, it already kind of addressed what is consciousness, and we've been asking that question for a long time of what is it. And so it's kind of hard to say how can you replicate it if you don't know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, and the thing, so like, in how getting to AGI kind of almost not nullifies but answers those questions is because a lot of people think, okay, we get there just to explain. So there's already there's AI agents that they can make, which are basically like taking large language model and creating a bot. Simplest way to say it, that is autonomous, that you can set parameters of, like an employee. Like I'm creating an AI agent that's a customer service representative, and it's able to that's where a job would be replaced, right? Well, also, so once we get to AGI, we can make all these, you could think of them as bots that are just as capable as the smartest human. We could make thousands of them and task them at researching how to advance AI.
Yes.
We could task them at researching, how to cure diseases, how to do all this stuff, which is that would happen too. But to get as far as you possibly can, the specific focus will be on, okay, AIs. It'd be like having smartest people, thousands of them that never have to sleep. Like all the research we've gotten this far is by human minds who are able to, they eat and sleep and got to do all it, and they, run into all whatever, and we stumble into a lot of stuff. Once we're able to make thousands or millions of them, depending on the compute, I guess, available, they'll be able to focus on. So just imagine us being able to, we have the best scientists in the world that don't ever have to sleep. Thousands of them cloned. They can work towards figuring out something, and we make that problem advancing AI.
Mm-hmm.
That's when it gets exponentially faster at whatever it can become.
So after that, after the skepticism and all that, and it was saying the nature of consciousness is still the major unsolved problem in science.
They'll be able to ask it.
So
better define the nature of consciousness.
That's what I was saying about how it could help them figure it out. That's what I meant, like about how AI could even, because it was saying AI, it's still a question, but that's why I said, I was like, AI could maybe help you figure out.
Yeah.
So, but either way, future prospects, interdisciplinary research, it says advances may come from collaborative efforts across neuroscience, computer science, psychology, and philosophy. Technological progress. As computing power and AI algorithms improve, new possibilities may emerge. Conclusion. As of October,
it's funny because that's the date I told you there was a cutoff on the
very
training
beginning.
model.
In the very beginning, it says as of my knowledge, and it said the cutoff was 2023,
yeah,
but the other one was 21.
Weird. That other one, whenever it said September,
I wanted to say it, but I didn't want to interrupt
mentioned
the
something.
flow.
Whenever it said September, I'm like, wait.
I know, and then literally after that, when I researched this, it says as of my knowledge, cutoff of October 2023. I was gonna say it, but I didn't want to interrupt the flow of that, so that's why. But no,
that's just a weird inconsistency that I'm gonna look into further.
So as of October 2023, AI has not replicated human consciousness. While AI systems can perform complex tasks and simulate certain aspects of human cognition, they do not possess self-awareness. Subjective experiences or emotions Replicating consciousness in AI remains a theoretical possibility that requires profound advancements in both technological capabilities and our understanding of consciousness itself.
See, for me, the funny thing is, okay, I almost want to ask it, how would you test and prove that an AI actually has developed consciousness?
We're almost there. Hang on,
Yeah.
because this is interesting. Key takeaways. Current AI limitations. AI lacks the subjective awareness and experimental qualities that define human consciousness. Scientific uncertainties. Without a complex understanding of how consciousness arises, replicating it in a machine remains speculative. Ethical implications. The potential for conscious AI raises significant ethical and philosophical questions that society must address. So, further reading. I thought this was interesting. Books. Conscious Mind. In Search of Fundamental Theory by David J. Chalmers. Chalmers.
That's old Chalmers.
Chalmers. That's who? Old who?
It's old Chalmers, buddy.
Another book, Superintelligence, Paths, Dangers, Strategies by Nick Bostrom. Life 3.0, Being Human in the Age of Artificial Intelligence by Max Tegmark.
I hope it brings up situational awareness. I doubt it
Articles.
will, though.
Can machines be conscious? Like these different things here. No.
So,
The answer, no.
because it cuts off 2023. There's a paper. So there's a paper. I almost want to Google situational awareness by an OpenAI or the company that creates ChatGPT. Let's see. Oh,
I cut my
there we
mic
go.
off. Okay.
yeah, because it cut off 2023. And there's been a bunch of papers released by like.
Would you
people.
say you wanted to ask it though? How can you prove AI?
Oh
would-
yeah, almost like
All right, so hold on though.
Yeah.
So I asked it this. This is okay right here. Could AI replicate human? So here's what you were talking about initially.
Yeah, I
Hang
know
on.
the question you wanted me to ask.
No, yes.
Okay.
Keep that in mind if you can.
Yes.
So what was the, all right, so here right here it says September. My cutoff September 2021. That's when I asked it what's the biggest threat to human
Yes.
existence. It said its cutoff was right here at 2021.
That's the first time I've seen that date referenced.
Okay, so now if I come down here for the second question I asked it,
It's the date that
in the very
I've always
beginning,
heard.
I said,
October
could AI replicate
2023.
human consciousness? And it right here it says knowledge cutoff in October 2023.
And that's what that's the number. That's the date I've always
that
known.
you've all I know. And
So
because
that's-
you even said before we even looked, you were like, this is AI chat. You said this is Chat GPT 01, and you said it was like the 2020 up to 2023.
Yeah, 4.0.
You said it before
oh,
it even like popped up.
Wait, yeah, because I know.
So
well, I
you
know
already knew
4.0.
that-
Okay, no, so I think I might know the answer, because I know. So this, I don't know. At least I did the answer that I could formulate. That's not necessarily true. Is okay. I know that 4.0, and I may be I don't know if 3.0 and everything. I know at least 4.0 was the date it was trained on was up to October 2023. This is the 01 preview, right? So this isn't exactly 4.0. So elements of it could cut off at a different date than
Yeah.
the 4.0 model.
I got
but
you.
at the same time, it interacts and learned it from it so much so that depending on the question
Okay.
that it answers, it gives it based on the cutoff. That's the only thing I could think
I
of.
see.
So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
asked it a question, and theoretically, we asked it a question
Question.
that was only trained up
To
to
a
some
certain
other
point.
model that
That
was.
makes sense.
And if anything, that just shows how much research is going on stuff that hadn't come out yet.
How could you?
Yeah,
What
so-
was the thing you were going to ask?
Yeah,
it?
I want
How
to ask
something,
it how
could,
like how would you
or
how would
how-
you prove what would be the evidence that AI has reached chemo like how would it prove it? It's saying why it hasn't like well how would it be proven? So see it be proven that an AI has achieved the same. I'll just put effect of human consciousness. I could say state or whatever. So
Yeah.
depending on this answer. Okay, so proving that AI has achieved human-like consciousness. Determining whether an AI has reached human-like consciousness is a profound and complex challenge that intersects neuroscience, philosophy, cognitive science, and computer science. Proving such a claim involves not only technological and scientific hurdles, but also deep philosophical questions about the nature of consciousness itself. So again, it goes back into what is consciousness, self-awareness, subjective experience, intentionality, challenges in defining subjectivity like a consensus, challenges in proving AI consciousness, subjectivity of experience, and accessibility. One cannot directly access or measure another being's subjective experiences. This comes back to just like we're each living our own life in whatever perspective. Like I can't ever know exactly what the world is like to you.
Yeah.
We can both agree and know that it's similar, but your exact perception, different states of mind. So even here, we don't know. We couldn't be able to do that. Other mind problems, philosophical dilemma, questioning how one can know that others have consciousness. So that's like, what's the proof that you actually even have consciousness? I know I do. What's the proof that you're not something else?
Yeah, I know.
Complexity of the human brain, philosophical debates, dualism versus physicalism. Debates whether consciousness is purely physical or involves non-physical elements. Wait, Chinese room argument. Suggests that syntactic processing, as in computers, does not lead to semantic understanding of meaning. I'm going to have to look at why it's called Chinese room argument. That's man. Again, this like the rabbit hole nature of this, but like the most relevant. And I'll probably sit on here if I haven't and said to you, but like getting to AGI, I think it is going to be the biggest leap in however you want to say, like step in whatever direction of mankind's achievement, events, discoveries. You know, be like, oh, the nuclear bomb was like a huge moment. Like AGI, for me, in my mind, that's going to be we don't know what the games are. Almost like, oh, we're going to test a nuclear bomb, and they talk about there's a worst case scenario that it could trigger something that blows up the whole world. Even in Oppenheimer, they talk about it. You know, like we're doing something and we're testing it, and yeah, we're going to list all these risks that exist, and that we're on the forefront, the doorstep of but risks that we couldn't even imagine, but also benefits we aren't imagining. That's the thing. So I don't want to be a pessimist, right? Because you choose which way to go with it. Yeah. But so I'm just saying, if you want to go the dark path, which is what I've had to actively just choose to, I can't do anything about it, so I'm gonna have to take the light path.
I think
so here's test. So the test use a mirror test used to assess self-awareness in animals to determine if an entity can recognize itself in a mirror. Application AI visual, so that it have to have a virtual self-modeling. An AI could be programmed to recognize representations of itself. Limitations: recognizing oneself doesn't require or doesn't equate to experiencing self-awareness. So this for me gets to the abstract nature of even defining human consciousness. Yeah. So we're saying. It's saying, we don't think an AI can do it, but we're saying we don't think an AI can do something that we haven't even defined.
I don't know what it is,
Come on.
Yeah.
Do with that what you want. Like.
Yeah, no, that's a really brilliant way. That's very smart. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Oh, it's I think that's
no. It's because it's like, while other people might have already been like, oh yeah, I've reached that conclusion, but what you said is super. I mean, that's brilliant. It's how can you say that it doesn't know what.
Something that we can't
even necessarily define. How can you say that it can't replicate it when we can't even fully define it?
Yeah.
So it could
it's
potentially
like there's something on the other side of that door. AI is never gonna be able to tell me what's on the other side of that door.
No.
But I don't even know what's on the other side of that door.
Ask it? Did the pug go with? I want to check on the pug real quick. Yeah, I think she took it. Okay, but either way, could you check? What's the what was that question I had about the folklore? What's the most likely?
Yeah, that's good.
Let's get out of the AI dark rabbit hole. And let's go to.
So we wanted to say what.
What was the most likely to be true? What
folklore is most likely to be factually true?
Yeah.
And I don't think that's kind of redundant, but I'm just going to say that.
It'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I mean, you were over misspelling the shit.
That's what I've learned. Like you don't. the basic thing it was always intended to do is to try and predict the next word. So even if you misspell a word a little bit, it's gonna know what you meant. Robin Hood, okay. We'll have to probably go down. Okay, Robin Hood, okay, cool. Folklore, City of Troy and Trojan War, Legend of King Arthur, Pied Piper, Beowulf setting, Legend of the Flood. Okay, El Dorado. No, we're looking for giant squid and sea monster. No, we're looking. Mikey's hope. He's praying that we come across somebody. He's praying the lost continent of Atlantis. Aw, well. I'll ask him how Mikey was hoping to see Mothman on there. But
I was wanting to see Mothman.
I can ask him. I'll ask him about Mothman. Like, what are the odds of that being actually something like that?
That's Cornstalk's son.
What is the Mothman and how likely is it true? I'm not. This is you, buddy.
Okay, understanding the Mothman origin, sightings,
Can we
and likelihood.
understand the Mothman,
We
though,
can't.
Mikey?
I mean,
we can't understand him in
we gotta ask Richard Gere.
Mothman's consciousness.
Mothman is a legendary
actor. Oh no, I'm sorry.
Mothman is a legendary creature in American folklore, primarily associated with the sighting and point. I wonder if it's going to talk about what I was telling you earlier.
Hope so.
I hope it doesn't.
I hope so.
I hope it
Wait,
doesn't.
no. How old is that when that book
In
or
the
whatever
60s,
you come out?
63.
Well, then I hope it does.
I hope it doesn't, so that I can fucking poke holes in it. In AI.
Okay.
Mothman is legendary creature
So
in
you're
American
weird. You're in a dual
folklore.
position. You want it to and also want it not to.
Yeah. It said folklore, primarily associated with sightings in Point Pleasant area of West Virginia during the late 1960s. Described as a large humanoid figure with wings and glowing red eyes, Mothman has become an iconic figure of cryptozoology, a field dedicated to the study of creatures whose existence is not scientifically
And that's the fun rabbit hole that
proven.
we've introduced you to earlier
So,
on, didn't I? Cryptozoology.
origins. Here we go. Origins of the Mothman legend. Right. Initial sighting, November 1966 to December 1967.
A little over a year.
The first reported sighting of the Mothman occurred in Point Pleasant, West Virginia between 1966 and December 1967. Key witnesses, Roger and Linda Scarberry, the most famous...
Scarberry Fair.
Are you going to Scarberry Fair? Dude, I'm down to get fucking... ancestral in here.
Mikey?
The most famous sightings involve Roger and Linda Scarberry, who described a large flying creature with glowing red eyes while driving near an old TNT plant.
I'd like to see the
Who
piece,
the fuck?
I'd like to see the piece of napkin that was scribbled on.
Who drives past an old TNT plant? You know, it's all fun and games
Tell me
until
what a
Richard
TNT
Gere
plant is.
shows up
Tell
at
me
your
what a
fucking
TNT
house.
plant is.
We'll look at that later.
Yeah, we can't even know.
Numerous other residents reported
That's so
similar
vague.
sightings describing a large
go further
winged
than that.
creature with a humanoid shape and bright red eyes.
That's
Matthew.
great. That again, I would have to ask it. Where
Matthew.
are the sources documenting the other
Yeah,
residents? Where are the sources documenting?
Where are the
Scarborough
sources
Fair?
documenting that AI is going to come fucking kill me?
That's
Okay,
some
where are
fun.
they at?
Here you go.
Number 2, connection to the Silver Bridge
This
collapse.
is like
December,
this was the movie, right?
This is the big, yes. This December 15th, 1967. On the same night as the final reported sighting, the Silver Bridge connecting Point Pleasant to the Galapagos, Ohio, collapsed, resulting in the death of 46 people. Speculation. Some locals and later enthusiasts believe that the Mothman sightings were either a premonition or an omen of the bridge's collapse, though no direct evidence supports this claim.
See, in my mind, it's easier for humans to come up with something than thinking just randomly that happened, right?
Here it is.
Yeah, I mean, okay, John
Keel's The
the
Mothman Prophecies, 1975.
So it
John
might as well
Keel
be
and a
Battlefield Earth.
journalist. Motherfucker. John Keel, a journalist and ufologist, published a book titled The Mothman Prophecies in 1975. A UAP. Don't you fucking call.
Hey,
We're
next, Mikey.
We're UFOologists. We're not UAPologists.
UAP didn't even exist as a term then.
Yeah, we're ufologists.
How dumb they were
We're
back then.
ufologists. We're ufologists, Matthew. That's what we are.
I don't follow nothing.
We're which
Man, ufologist.
It says in 1975 was popularized the legend and linked it to paranormal phenomena and conspiracy theories. Film adaptations 2002. The book was adapted.
Wait, hold on.
Into a successful into
We
a
need to ask it to define successful
movie. Further, we're gonna look up the box office numbers of Mothman in a minute.
Well,
But
that
look,
was back when it was easier to make
So
money
hang on.
anything.
let's see descriptions.
Yeah, I don't care about descriptions.
I do because we're trying to see if it
that-
mentions somebody.
No, yeah, but descriptions doesn't give us any evidence.
He was 5'7", which
in the
ain't that
descriptions,
big.
this isn't giving me more information to make me believe it.
He had a 10-foot wingspan. They think he was about 5'7" with a 10-foot wingspan.
Wait, no, it says 5'2'7". So from 5 foot tall,
Oh, 5 to
from the
my
shortest
bad.
player
Yeah, I'm
on
sorry.
an NBA team
To
to,
the
potentially the tallest player on
So
an
we don't
NBA. So basically a double. 5 to 7 is not double.
Shut the
but
fuck up,
that's
Matt.
what it looks like.
You're really just pissing me off.
They're just descriptions, man. This doesn't give me anything.
So hold on.
Wait. Oh, possible.
Large
Misidentified
bird.
wildlife. Large.
The fuck out of
Oh
here.
wait, they say Mothman. That
10-foot
might
bird.
actually be Sam Squanch.
You got a 7-foot bird. Bullshit.
That would be funny if it says the likelihood is another folklore.
They're trying to tell me that. You trying to tell me that fucking a large bird is the fuck?
Well,
outta
get
here.
sandhill crane. I don't know how big they can get.
Yeah, well, it's not a. Well, do they have red eyes with a human head? And do they have red eyes
Based
with
on
a
the
human
Scarberry,
head?
we got a couple
Do they
people
follow
who said
cars
that.
down the
And
highway?
we saw that we don't know what
That's
light might have been
bullshit.
reflected on
You're
old
pissing
sandhill
me
bird's
off.
eyes.
You're pissing me off.
No, you can go to
Let's see. Hang on.
dude.
Environmental factors.
This is a terrible thing.
Hang on.
I don't want you to die before me, but I kind of do. Just because I'm going to say something about the Mothman at your funeral. And I'm going to say, like, and hopefully the
would you say
fear of the
this?
Mothman lays to rest with my good friend Mikey. Because
I'm gonna come back as the Mothman.
there's that TNT plan again.
Hang on.
Okay,
hang on.
wait.
Evidence supporting existence of the Mothman. Eyewitness accounts. Consistency. Multiple consistency. Shut the fuck up, Matt.
You know
Let me
shit
read.
we're reading earlier about the government having reasons to try and fool us? Just as much as they might want to make us believe in aliens, I bet they'd want people to believe in this shit too.
Fuck.
And you know, and the thing is, you just realize that's a likelihood.
I hate you. No. Eyewitness accounts. Consistency. Multiple independent
Yeah, the CIA would be
eyewitnesses
consistent with releasing and having them do that.
described similar features of Mothman, such as size wingspan and glowing eyes. Detail. Witnesses provided detailed descriptions, including movement patterns and emotional responses.
Wait,
something AI doesn't fucking have.
Well, wait, no.
Yeah.
What? No. How did? What is the evidence of an emotional response that it had? And okay,
Sounds like you're getting stumped.
Mikey. The real question here, and it goes beyond this.
Sounds like you're getting
Why
stumped.
is the AI? Why is Mothman so important to you?
He's the most important.
Like, is it big? Did your fascination with him did it exist to this level beyond how I felt? Or
Yes.
has the way I felt made it even more? You have even more fervor for it.
It probably has helped in a sense, but
But
I've
before,
always
like-
been very passionate about.
Like
the
you've always
Mothman.
believed in the Mothman.
I've always believed in it.
Out of all of them, what point in your life did you actually believe in the Mothman? What caused you to believe in it?
Just everybody that saw the Mothman and what happened in the wake of the Mothman.
So
You ever
wait,
held a moth?
so
No,
is-
no, no,
you
no,
think
think-
they're mispronouncing him? He's not Mothman. He should be the Mothed Man.
I just.
Well,
like
no. Why
calling
did you
him
say
that.
it that way? Is it
Because
something
he's
you know?
the Mothed Man. Whenever, if
But
you
no,
ever
but
held a
that's
moth,
Mothman.
if you ever held a moth.
I don't know that I've held a moth. Not
Okay, well,
intentionally.
whenever a moth, when you've held a moth,
I can't wait. I'll try and
and you
find
let
one
go
and
of
hold
a
it.
moth, you have dust upon your hand.
Like Jeff needs to be here because gold dust, stardust.
Yes,
this would be very
Jeff's
relevant.
our little stardust. So
So this could explain the origin of Stardust.
maybe,
But
perhaps.
we'll keep
So
going.
he's the mothed man because it's mothing upon your hand. Whenever you've grabbed him and his dust is left upon your hand, it's mothed. You've been mothed upon by the man. The mothed man.
You're
It's
hurting.
mothing.
You're hurting your
He
bullshit
has
right now,
moth-
Mikey.
I'm really not hurting anything.
just
I'm
say
going to look up
Mothman.
mothing. I'm going to look up to
Okay,
define
physical
mothing.
evidence. Wait, lack of remains. Oh.
Fuck. Yeah, because he's not dead. He's an interdimensional being.
Okay.
He's interdimensional. How can you die? That's what I'm saying,
Okay,
bro.
what makes you believe he's
That's what I'm
interdimensional?
Because people saw him way back, way back, and then people have seen him recently.
Oh.
There's been a lot of recent sightings. Lots
That's-
of look
that's
and
many
see here
sightings.
soon. Many sightings. Many sightings. Historical. Hang on, I got some.
I'm just
Scientifical skeptic view, lack of empirical evidence. Fuck you, AI. How about that? I don't think you're gonna do shit.
I'm not even gonna give the other side a chance to prove themselves.
Nope. How likely is Mothman legend to be true? Based on current evidence, the scientific understanding, the likelihood of Mothman being real.
You
What
might
is-
want to stop reading, Mikey.
Mothman being a real undiscovered
Mikey,
creature
turn your eyes.
is,
I don't want you to hurt.
is low. I don't care, dude.
It
I don't.
bold- did
I
it
never
bold
get
low?
shaken. I never get
Wait,
shaken.
no, did it bold? Is that bolded?
No.
No, wait.
Undiscovered is low. Oh, it is low.
How often
it did.
does it bold things?
Shut the fuck.
No, that's just me making an observation.
While the consistent eyewitness accounts add intrigue.
Well, you have to ask
Oh yeah, I'm
why
sure you're
bolded
fucking
low.
intrigued. Oh yeah, I'd be intrigued too if a bunch of fucking
That's
people
the stuff
said they
notice when
saw
you
a
ask us
winged.
stuff. Why
If
the
they
f-
said they saw a mothed man, yeah, I'd be intrigued too. The absence of physical evidence. Fuck you. How about these hands? This evidence, credible photographic documentation and prevalence of plausible natural explanation suggests that the mothed man is more likely a product of folklore. Yeah, I got some lore for you. Psychological phenomena. We're gonna have to look into this.
yeah.
And
Just don't forget we need to ask, so
environmental
why
factors
Why did you bold the word low?
rather than an actual cryptid. However,
Cryptid. That's you like that one.
the enduring nature of the enduring. You look at that. Remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Why
and-
is that not bolded? Why is that not bolded? I would ask
to me,
it-
that's
I
obvious.
want you to know.
Why is every other
I
word
want
not
you,
bolded other than
I
low?
want you to ask it. Why is low bolded? And then how it? Why is it that you didn't
bold anything else.
Why is it that you didn't bold? However, the enduring.
but
Because Mothman doesn't
I might as well
die.
ask
Is my point,
everything
Matt.
else. Why would I
Okay,
narrow it to that?
Time out. Let me finish.
Yeah.
However, the enduring nature of the Mothman legend highlights the human fascination with the unknown
There's the answer why Mike
and the
likes it so
power
much.
of the collective
That's-
storytelling.
It shows how
Whether
you're
as a symbol of impeding disaster, a guardian, spirit, or a
Guardian?
misunderstood creature, Mothman continues to capture the imagination of many, serving as a rich subject for cultural studies, literature, and paranormal enthusiasts. Time out. Okay, look up why did you
I'm not gonna- I'm
capitalize,
just-
why did you bold low? Why did you do it?
No, but before I do that, do you know tales of it being a good guy? It's a guardian spirit.
That's what I was gonna say, and I know. Thank you for asking that. I was gonna tell you. So my thing is here. So it did not one time mention Cornstalk.
No,
Not one time in the whole story did it mention a fella named Cornstalk, people, and that is what brings.
And that's
us
throwing a
here
word out
today.
there that
Cornstalk.
nobody has any idea. Which we
So
can
Cornstalk was a feller. We could do a whole other thing on him
we
later.
could ask him about him.
We could ask him in a little bit. But Cornstalk was pretty much an Indian guy. Ask who Cornstalk was if you want. But
Yeah, it'll just make your job easier.
you make my job
But
easier.
but first, whoops,
Why did you? Yeah, I like that.
and then we'll ask him about the scarecrow. Emphasis on conclusion. Bolding low served to highlight the final assessment of the Mothman's like could be no creatures helps draw attention. Okay, why things were not bolded? The answer is instead of bolding multiple words or phrases. Oh, it just talks about why you would bold or not bold something. Okay. So it's the same. All right. So who'd you say?
who
Sheep
was-
man, field man.
Who was Cornstalk?
Who Who was Cornstalk? Like I said, this model, the longer it thinks. Okay. Would you like? Okay, Cornstalk and Mikey was just telling me about this earlier tonight because you just learned about this recently.
I did.
Okay, so Cornstalk was a prominent Shawnee leader in American colonial history, circa 1720 to 1777. Also known by his Shawnee name as Hathaway, bolded. So that was a significant war chief of the Shawnee tribe during a tumultuous period in American colonial history. Renowned for his leadership, diplomatic skills, and efforts to maintain peace between the Native American tribes and European American settlers, Cornstalk remains a pivotal figure in the narrative of Native American diplomacy. So it's going to talk about his origins, but we want to know what happened to him, right?
Yeah, so you could type in the legend
It
of
should
him.
get there to how he dies. Let's see. How did I'm asking, how did Cornstalk die?
Tragically. Him and his son died a tragic death.
Circumstance. Okay, Cornstalk. Okay, it says he was circumstances leading to their death. The date was April 10th, 1777. Location, famous Wakatamika.
Wakatamika.
You love Wakatamika.
I love
a
Wakatamika.
Shawnee village near the present-day Washington courthouse. Context. The American Revolutionary War was going on, which was between American colonists and British. Diplomatic efforts. In the middle of all that, there's Cornstalk. We got the Native Americans that want to, basically secure peace and just protect themselves. To get white men fighting white men. We just want to have the land we've been living on. So we engage in negotiations. The events surrounding his death, peace negotiations. The intent is Cornstalk traveled to Wakatamika to participate in peace talks with American militia leaders, including Colonel John Bowman's goal was to establish peaceful coexistence and halt the expansion of settlers into Shawnee territories. Literally just a man who said, we lived here, can you not bug us?
Yeah.
Atmospheres. Despite his peaceful intentions, the tensions were high due to ongoing conflicts and mistrust between Native American settlers, betrayal and capture. Miscommunication. During the negotiations, misunderstandings and mistrust escalated. Reports suggested that some American militia members viewed Cornstalk with suspicion, possibly fearing his influence, maybe thinking he was conspiring with hostile forces, which would be the British. Capture. Cornstalk was seized by a group of American militiamen. The exact reasons for debate his capture are debated, with some accounts suggesting it was a pretext to eliminate him as leader. Lynching and death. A vigilante act. Rather than a formal execution, Cornstalk was brutally killed by a mob of American settlers and militiamen. So we did it. This act is widely regarded as a lynching carried out without logical proceedings or just cause. Method of killing. Historical accounts describe that he was clubbed to death, reflecting the violent and execution. Aftermath, his death sent shockwaves through the communities. So you said he died a different way.
Ask him who was Cornstalk's son. Who was his son?
Wait, there's the folklore.
And how did his son die?
Okay, I'll go read. Do you want me to read this real quick? What it says about folklore? Cornstalk's life and death have been depicted in various forms of literature, folklore, and historical narratives, emphasizing his role as a leader striving for peace. All right, so who was Cornstalk's son?
Yeah, his son. Because his son, I believe, from what I understand,
that's Mothman Jr. or is Mothman.
And his son was also killed with him. His son was named Red Hawk.
From
the stories I've read, his son was named Red Hawk and was killed with him.
So dad was Caterpillar and then he became Moth.
So what does this say? Caterpillar Moth.
So it goes on who Cornstalk was. That's fine. So the historical records of his children, limited historical documentation. Okay. Family structure. I'm just looking to see if it gives us a name. Potential names was George Cornstalk. May have had a son named George, which would, in my mind, that's obviously just been a white man assigned name, but there's no record of his Indian name. Other children. There are references to him having other children, but the names and specific roles remain undocumented. I see no red man. But Method Man, I think it says on here.
Is he?
So, who's Red Hawk?
Look up, because it's in the book, The Haunted Valley.
Yeah, so I just want to ask him, like, who the person is that they say is
Red Hawk.
Okay, who is Red Hawk? And that's another thing, like, whatever conversation you've been having, it's like, it's trained to know, so you can just kind of ask a question like you're talking to a person. A lot, you know. Let's see. Face individuals. It's just talking about I'll just ask him a question. Could Red Hawk be Cornstalk's son?
Ask him about the book. In the book, the story of Red Hawk, or the story of Birdman and Cornstalk in the book Haunted Valley.
I'll start here just
Yeah.
see if I need to go. The story of Birdman and Cornstalk.
Because this is what was in the Folklore book I got from the 60s. And this was before Mothman became a thing.
Begin. So even though it's trained on
before
data
it
from
was
it,
like-
it's dependent on how much data was uploaded from it, you know?
Yeah.
So it could not be trained. Like, that might be one of the only books that existed.
Yeah.
And so, you know, let's see. The names Birdman and Cornstalk evoke distant images. Who is Cornstalk? There we go. Let's talk about him again. So Birdman can refer to multiple figures. Birdman in Native American culture. This talks about modern usage, Marvel Comics.
That's interesting. It's funny
It
to
is,
me
so
that
what's
it's
this
not,
book?
It's called Haunted Valley.
Is it many stories, or is it just about that?
It's many stories,
Okay.
but it has that story in it. I think it's Haunted Valley, or it could be A Haunted Valley.
I'm asking what does the book Haunted Valley say about Cornstalk and his son? So we'll just see if it even
If it can
it should
find
be able
it,
to even if it can't answer
if
this.
yeah,
Then
maybe it would make sense.
yeah,
Because now it just makes me want to bring the.
But
just
now
read
it
the
makes
short
me want
chapter
to check
on
that
it.
book though.
What makes me want to bring the book and just read the short chapter so they can see what I read on it. Yeah,
Okay,
there
the
it is.
book titled Haunted Valley appears to reference historical folklore events involving Cornstalk and Son. However, this is my knowledge cut off in October 2023. There's no widely recognized or prominent publication specifically named Haunted Valley. Does that? It's possible Haunted Valley is a niche publication or recent release or work within a specific genre. So we'll have to see this book. Given lack of specific information related, there are some possible interpretations.
Does your
It's not-
AI not read books? The fuck?
Yeah, I'm just not. I'm just not saying out because I'm just trying to find something compelling that
So,
actually connects them.
Either way, you don't have to find anything that connects
Yeah.
them. I'll connect them. I'll pretty much say what the book said. In the book, it explains Cornstalk's death and his son, that he had a son with him, I believe. It
recommends that we check up stuff in the book because honestly, I just don't think it really was trained well on to have it for some reason.
So in the book, it was saying it was like his son, Red Hawk, who died with him, was also killed with him. And they were saying in the book it's called Birdman and the Curse of Cornstalk. In there they were saying that like he is essentially his son Red Hawk was Birdman or was Mothman. Because in the legend or whatever, they talk about how people that had seen that winged bird-like person, it had reddish-type feathers or something. And I don't know. To me, it would almost make the whole Mothman thing seem more real if it's tied to Native American shit.
This site, the
In a
Cornstalk,
sense.
AmericanHauntings.com. I guess that whatever. His day dying in the smoke-filled room, he was said to have pronounced his now legendary curse. The stories say that he looked upon his assassins and spoke to them. I was the borderman's friend. Many times I've saved him and his people from harm. I never warred with you, but only to protect our wigwams and lands. I refused to join your pale-faced enemies with the redcoats. I came to the fort as your friend, and you murdered me. You have murdered by my side my young son. For this, may the curse of the Great Spirit rest upon this land. May it be blighted by nature. May it even be blighted in its hopes. May the strength of its people be paralyzed by the stain of our blood. That's a powerful quote.
And
man.
so that's the thing is that, like,
it's interesting. I mean, the other
because
thing
that quote's in the book. All that's in the book.
Yes. Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying is that it's like in the book it talks about how his son was killed with him, and they believe that in the folklore that it's like back in the day people talked about seeing the Birdman, and then later on he became the Mothman or whatever. But I think it's interesting that it's like, you know, also a lot of these in the book. I'll bring the book over because in the book it describes how a lot of the things were a lot. They were saying that about how a lot of stuff that was happening corresponded with Cornstalk's bones being moved, because he was initially buried in one location, then they moved him from there to another, from that place to another, and then again. And it was like the book was written in 1963, and they were like, hopefully he's at his final resting place. They could have moved his ass a couple more times. Who knows? But either way, people
there's all these
that,
other events that have happened that they attribute to that year around, or just like around that part in time.
No, dude, it's crazy. If you look into Point Pleasant, all of the like the disastrous shit that happened there is kind of crazy.
Floods.
Oh yeah. Like there was like a poet who wrote about her, somebody who went through there that used to live out there that like had to drive or travel through there that wrote poems about it. How it was like. Something about like a beautiful woman in tattered clothing is what it said. It's something like how.
See, I'm open to believing in the potential of a curse on that area. You know,
that's what I'm saying.
However, maybe in some ways at times that curse somehow is manifested, whether it's metaphysical or whatever, to people. But I could, the whole curse thing. I'm not totally written off to that.
No, and that's what I'm saying is that it's like that's what to me has made the story.
You made me
cooler.
like 2% closer to thinking it's possible.
To me, that's what's made the story actually more compelling, because it's not just it gives you an origin of
this
where.
This is a fun site, Mikey. You should be going here. It's got a lot of stuff.
Yes. What's the name of it?
American Hauntings link.
Send it to me. You just need to message it to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now.
So. It just to me it gives it an origin. Whenever I learned about that, like I was reading it in this book because I got the book just for whatever, and then I'm reading it and I'm realizing like, holy shit, this is the story of Mothman, and I just thought it was interesting. And I mean, shoot, how many things have you seen about Native American stuff and
I didn't realize it was that late.
burial grounds and things like that? So we gotta wrap this up.
I guess it probably won't be bad.
Man, I keep going.
Fun, I know.
I could keep going.
I know. I just technically I gotta work tomorrow.
I should have been home an hour ago.
We're having a good time.
Having a fantastic time.
That's
Recommendation of the week?
You know what? My recommendation is going to be just as a practice of always be open to hearing the other side of the argument. Whatever position you have on anything, it's human nature. It's human nature to That's the whole thing. Like in an argument, rarely, if ever, does one side get the other to change their mind.
Yeah.
Because they are decided on their position. They're not even open to considering the perspective or looking at things from the other side's point of view. To play devil's advocate and be like, okay, how can I imagine feeling the way they do differently? Mm-hmm. It's like they're so shut off from it, they won't even try and understand enemies. Like, understand why someone would attack or do terrible things to us. It's like, well, okay, I'm gonna think, I'm just gonna apply it to like the Middle East or something where, maybe some young boy sees his father killed by some soldier and there's an accident or something, and and that the young boy grows up with some hate filled in his heart, and
Yeah.
he comes over and he murders a bunch of Americans, and we just look at him and be like, what a demon, why would he ever do that? But it's like,
Yeah.
he's got a story, he's got something that led him to that, to where if you were that little boy in that same position, you might have done the same thing.
Yeah,
It
who
doesn't
knows?
justify it, but so just be open-minded and don't be, have your beliefs and your convictions, but be willing to truly try and understand the other side of the perspective. And you actually rarely, you might change your mind, but now that I even go just to at least better understand them, because
Yeah.
at the end, you want to coexist and have common ground.
Mm-hmm.
And they are still a human. However they got there, they might just somehow be more evil or less evil. However they got there into that perspective, don't just automatically shut them down. That's it.
No, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely. You want to engage. Nobody learns anything.
Unless
from
it's the Mothman. I'm sorry. I didn't do that
nobody,
out loud.
Nobody learns from anything if you're not really listening and trying to engage, and you're just trying to get somebody to see your point. Because, like you said, nobody's ever really going to see it your way. So the best you can do is just try and impart the way you see it and how you feel about it.
That's perfect, because that's.
It's
Not trying to convince them, just explaining that
this is
I
how
respect
view
what
it.
you say,
Yeah.
but this is why I feel this
And
way. And
understanding
hopefully
that, like,
that's how you
maybe
can trick them into
When
it.
I was gonna say, well, not only that, but it's like maybe through that, at the same, it's like the discovery can potentially take place between those two people having that interaction. Is my point. That discovery could actually take place, and you could do something from there.
Yeah.
With that conversation of me now understanding your side, you hearing my side, and then maybe more understanding can be gained. But
I can't help it. It just makes me think of a perfect example of that. So, you can go. So I just read that conversation I had with that reaction. I feel like it's a perfect example of what you're saying.
yeah,
Where I didn't try and convince them. I just shared why I felt the way I did. And then they ended up saying, I agree. Whenever
Yeah.
they,
mm-hmm.
That's so. We've been putting a bunch of these AI music video type shorts, whatever, and I post some multiple platforms, and this one random person, made a comment saying this cannot be art, it's AI, and I responded, I understand the perspective, and I said AI is inevitable, and I came to the conclusion to utilize it is just another tool to still create intentional and meaningful content that can still be artistic expression. And I continue to say, just like how musicians and painters and authors have been putting out garbage and original copy and paste style work forever, most of AI content will probably be like this. And I said, just know that there will still be people with deep and meaningful creations that still require human direction and production elements that I believe to be considered just a new form of art. And that person says, I agree.
yeah,
So for whatever that's worth, they said, hey, this can't be art, and I say all this stuff, and then he says, oh, well, I agree. And I wasn't trying to get him to agree. I was just trying to explain why I felt the way I did.
yeah. When he just thought too, he probably looked at it and thought that perhaps maybe you were
And plus, I think they're like a
Maybe
younger person. Like, there's a lot of things that, again, like, I have to consider the perspective. Like, they're probably just, I don't know
Yeah.
if they are, but it could just be a young person who hasn't thought to even consider, towards like, yeah, that's
Who knows?
Who knows? But either way, again, that's it.
Yeah, so my recommendation of the week is go to a dive bar with your friends.
Man, and if you happen to be in Dallas area, make it Lakewood Landing, or
Make it the
If
Landing.
you're little that or Milo's,
Milo Butterfingers. That's two fantastic places.
heck yeah.
So that's my recommendation. Get your friends
Yeah.
and go. Make it a point, no matter what city you're in. Get some friends of yours and go find you a nice little local dive bar and make it a thing to get together and go see your friends. Special occasions are great. I think that the thing that special occasions like birthdays and things like that can do is they can remind you of just how much fun it is to get together, and that it's like you don't need to just keep waiting for birthdays and Christmases and it's like all of that. We just get together, just hit your friends up.
Yeah,
say, hey,
you don't need to wait for the excuse.
if you make it one, I feel like if you make it a consistent thing or you make it something regular, the more likely people are going to be to come out to it, because it's something that it's like okay, I'll go next week, or I'll come out. If it's something you're regularly doing, you're more likely to see people come out and see people show up. Because if it's like, oh man, they're always over there every Sunday, they show up over here every whatever,
You
they
might,
go there for an hour.
one week you might get them or there, but it takes
Yeah.
a person, say you being the one to do it back. Hey, every Sunday I'm gonna come here. If you can make it cool,
Yeah.
I'll be playing pool. If not, whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So it's like whatever you're trying to do.
that
It's like,
person.
yeah, be the
In
person to
some
get it going,
example, yeah.
start it up, just hit your friends up, and also too, it's like, if you had again the same way I reconnected with my good friend Alec.
Yeah,
man.
man.
If you have people that you were friends with like back in the day that you just kind of lost contact with, but you always had great times with. Hit them up, man, because they're probably all those interests.
We live in a world that's make that easy to do. Like, they probably stalk them online already.
All those interests you had that you and everything you had in common when you were a kid, you probably still have it in common now. And why not, get together, especially in a world that, like, as much as I know you love exploiting AI and all of that and using it to your ability and everything, and I agree and I support it. But at the same time, in a world that's so just almost like artificial and not real and everything's on a phone, it's nice to get back to that, just sitting around talking about stupid times when you were a kid or whatever, and then creating new memories. Have that time of just catching up for a bit and then go create you some new memories with people, with your old friends.
Yes, because that's beautiful just because reconnecting with an old friend, that's the only way, like, they're the friends when you're young, if you can still reach out to them, they might be some of the only people that know such like a deep, true version of yourself. That as you gotten older, we all mature and change, whatever. But those shared, unique, special memories, are it's just it's something else that it can't be replicated.
Nah, it's
like
a big deal, man.
But they can be as adults only if we continue to get together by doing what you said. Like at your party. It was like a memory, like we'll be 70 and it'll be like looking back when we were kids. Like that was a great time.
My 33rd birthday.
Yeah,
It
could be the same thing. It could just be like, man, remember that? Man, that was a great, amazing time.
That was a fun night, man.
Dude,
one of the most
one
fun
of the
nights
coolest
I've
thing,
had.
dude. I'm gonna say the power of that night for me was like, I brought my wife. She's able to go, and normally she has a great time with people and stuff, but I've never seen her get, like, we're playing pool or whatever, and I didn't think, she tried, but she never plays or is good or anything, right? And luckily, your brother Chris Smith, who can really embrace trying to, or being a teacher of something, like something that he's really studied on and in depth, he'll happily tell you in very great long detail how he thinks a technique or something might be helpful just to whatever. And he did that. My wife getting that chain, and she started playing, like she went from probably like a 1 to a 7 skill
she was
level.
really good. She was doing good.
Like of never playing.
Yeah.
But then she kept wanting to play. Like, and she was like, if no one wants to play, I'll play. And she's like, oh, he's playing. Like she kept wanting to play.
Yeah.
And she was like she's being competitive.
Oh, it's fun.
I never had the opportunity to see my wife competitive.
That's funny. Pool's fun. Pool will do that.
Which is great. Like I never saw her actually, like, I play games and I've seen her do it in like skip-bow or that's something I care at all about. But something that it's athletic
Social
in a sense.
game.
It requires technique and accuracy like a sport.
Hand-eye and things like that.
It's like almost like a sport for her to like get in the zone and be competitive and care about something like that. I've been married to her. I don't think I'd witnessed it before.
That's awesome. No, it was cool, man.
And she wants to like go out and play pool. I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to now. I want to try and kick. I want to make sure I kick your ass every time. And
More
that
excuses
she's like,
to
bring
go
it.
to Lakewood Landing.
I'm telling you, dude.
They got a great pool table. The food's amazing.
I'm telling you, like, in a few months, if Facebook offer up whatever has someone's trying to get something.
The pool table.
Her unused room that has a bunch of junk in it.
Need a pool table in it.
That would be perfect.
It would be perfect.
And
I got a pool.
And now
key.
that she likes it so much, I'm like, if offer up, people try and give it all the time.
Yeah, man.
So hit up our Patreon, give us some money, give us some pool tables.
So we can get a pool table.
No. Just go ahead and give us one if you can.
We're gonna try and open up our own dive bar.
Yeah, actually, we could just let's turn that room into a dive bar, a speakeasy.
Oh shit, man. Well,
All
I
right.
need
Yeah,
to
we
be
better
hitting the
get-
old trail. You need to be getting the old baby to bed, or she's in bed.
Yeah.
She's in
I'm
bed.
sorry, Steela. She's luckily we didn't have couch cam on. She's over there.
She's just
what's she
chilling
eating?
in the corner.
She's eating
It's
a
piece
rag.
Of, yeah, it's
Yeah,
a rag.
all right.
It's a piece of cardboard.
Well, let's go ahead and do it.
Be seeing
Seeing
you.
you.